bitches. Suck my dick. Suck. All right, everybody. Welcome to CUMIA'S, CUCKS, the Z-Man.
CUCKS.
Joining us, very special guest. Sorry, all you WWF fans. Bret the Hitman Hart is not here, but instead from California, Los Angeles, live and direct, we got Stuttering John. How are you, John?
I'm really good, Chad. I'm happy to be here. You know, I got to say, I love Kevin Brennan. I know you guys have a thing. What I really think that you guys should do, Chad, get rid of Levy on Brennan's show because he's on both sides, right? You know, he wants to make nice with Shuli, and he wants to make all nice with Kevin. But it would be better, and I know Kevin would never do this, for you to be with Kevin and Bob to be with Shuli. This way, you know, there's no conflict of interest there. You hate Shuli. I hate Shuli. The whole world hates Shuli. So why not do it that way?
Well, that's the thing right now. Shuli's snipe watching this because he doesn't have the balls to go up against Kevin without you being on the show. So he has to come at me because that's how he does things. His whole network. I mean, I'm taking on Kevin in his strikes, Bob, Levy, his whole network now. And it's just like they love the pile on. They love it. They can't do it themselves. Shuli can't do it himself. And that's the fucking facts. And they know it. They're all bitches, steel toe, all of them.
Well, you know, I don't know anything about the steel toe fucking guy, but I will tell you this. Isn't it amazing, Chad? I'm so uninteresting, yet Shuli has built a whole career on me. What the fuck is that? I'm such a loser, but your whole life is dependent on me. His
whole thing was he started He started a half hour early so he can get the audience in and collect all the money and grift. And I know what he's doing, but Shuli, you're watching. Do this against Kevin right now. You can't. You're doing it against me because you can't do it against Kevin. He shits on you all day long and you don't do anything. And Bob just sits there. He doesn't defend you, and you guys just take it like bitches.
And Shuli, unlike you, Kevin is funny. Sorry. Like I said, when I'm at school and I have lunch, I go back and forth between Kevin and you, Chad. You guys actually make me laugh. Shuli has not one funny bone in his fucking tiny little bald body. And yet he thinks he somehow invented sliced bread when it comes to comedy. It's fucking hysterical. He is the hypocrisy. This is the hypocrisy police coming for you, dues payer. We're going to call out your hypocrisy. And Bob, I know you're a nice guy. And I know you don't mean to hurt anybody, but you also are a hypocrite. And Chad and I are going to get into how much of a hypocrite both of you guys. Now, even Silent Mike is a hypocrite. Yeah, that's, you know, that idiot Morse. That's his new name.
Oh,
Silent
okay.
Mike Morse.
Yeah.
Silent Mike. Fucking guy says about 3 words every show. But then again, you know, if Shuli's only paying him by the word, I guess. I don't know. He gets $100 a word. Fucking idiot. That was Anonymous. How are you? Thank you.
You can have $100.
Oh, Shuli and Vince, the crooked lawyer. Guess what? Kevin paid up front. Chad paid up front. They both trusted me. They both know I'm not a cuck. They both know that I have a little thing, unlike you, Shuli, called integrity. I would never say yes to Chad or yes to Kevin and then collect their money and leave. I wouldn't do that to Carl. I wouldn't do that to Bob. And I even wouldn't do it to a weasel like you. Okay? I don't do that. Vince knew it. That's why Vince offered me 100% up front. But you and Bob want to rewrite history and somehow say I ran away. The only fucking twit that ran away was you when I tried to interview you. And now you have a revisionist history train. And this revisionist history train is all Shuli trying to rewrite history. Oh, the reason why I didn't talk was because I still worked for Stern. I was afraid, that John would edit the tape. Shuli, I'm going to school you a little bit, bitch. You are my bitch. And I'm going to tell you why. I've done plenty of interviews for Stern. Even if I got punched, even if a guy called me a loser, it didn't matter. We don't edit gold, okay? So even if you said whatever you said about my kids or my wife, and maybe I would have beat the living fuck out of you in that lobby. But either way, I wasn't going to edit it to make me look better. Royce and I we know how to do radio and video. We wouldn't edit out comedy gold. So whatever your response would have been, it would have been gold. And guess what? Carl agrees. There's not one person who thinks that I would have edited something out. The only person is you trying to rewrite fucking history to try and make you look like a big, bad, tough guy. But you're not. You're a pussy. And I challenge you to something, dues payer. I'm going to challenge you, Levy, and Silent Mike to this. Now get a load of this, Chad.
I'm listening.
I am going to challenge this.
Hit like, everybody. Subscribe. Jump in the chat.
I am going to... Oh, thanks for bringing it up. I was just getting here, Red Honda. Thanks for supplying the $5 for Chad. I am going to challenge you three in a 6-round boxing match. But we don't need the big gloves. We do UFC gloves, okay? I'm going to challenge you. Now, you can pick who's going up first against me, okay? Then I'll take care of that one. Then you bring in the next guy. Then I take care of that one. Then you bring in the big fat fuck known as Silent Mike. Then I take care of that one. Then you go back to the first one if you're still standing. First of all, Bob's got black lungs. He ain't going to last more than 20 seconds. Surely, you're so tiny, I'd beat your bald fucking head in so hard that your wife would fucking leave you because you're going to look like fucking all bloody. I'm going to break your fucking nose and teeth. And then you bring in the fat fuck known as Silent Mike, and we'll see just how tough you are, okay? We'll do it on either Brennan's show or Chad's show or Carl's show. I don't care. But I'm up for it. I work out all the time. Let's see you. Let's see you come against me, you fucking prick. Fucking, you got a damn big fucking mouth for somebody who thinks that I'm going to sit there and take it from you. Now, Chad, do you have the clips I sent you?
Yes.
Okay, here comes the hypocrisy police. Now, this is the best. Now, let me just tell everybody who's watching in the audience. I love this shit, Chad. I can do this all day. And I'm not going to tell you who I'm talking to about doing a show with because no one's going to believe it, but it will blow the internet up. It will blow the fucking internet up.
I can't wait.
And I'm starting to like this guy. I am. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's somebody that, these little putzes are going to have a heart attack if they know who I'm talking to.
Neil Brennan?
I'm not going to say. Let's just say that it's somebody that I think if I did a show with, that it'll be gold. So before we play the clip, Chad, bring us back into full here, okay?
Okay.
Now, and by the way, I have plenty of words for Anthony, the pedophile, domestic violence, assault guy who freaking beat up or whatever to Vinny Brand, who's a great fucking guy, great comic, and a great comedy club owner, and he fucking abused Vinny Brand's daughter. That ugly fucked twit fucking actually in the process where he's biting her and everything else, he loses his gun while he's inebriated. Now, here's a guy who fights for the First fucking Amendment. We all should have guns. You can't even find yours. And you want what? You want to own guns, you pock-faced prick? You can't even find your own gun. Why the fuck do you have a gun license? All right, now let's get back to the hip-hop. Okay, now, so, thank you, Shuli's Anonymous. Now, let me tell you something, Chad.
Okay.
Anonymous. And
I'm here for it.
What?
I'm here for it.
All right, Shuli's Anonymous is awesome. They're awesome. I don't give a frog's fat ass if they hate me. I don't care. I don't care if Dabbler's Anonymous hates me. I don't give a frog's fat ass. There are only 3 things I care about. Okay? Knight, Lily, Oscar. That's it. I can give a frog's fat ass, and my mother, of course. So maybe, my family, friends.
Shout out to Brian Johnson. This guy's a great guy. He's on he does a show. He's great.
Fire! That Brian Johnson?
No, not from AC/DC.
So anyway, Chad.
Yes.
So while Shuli, the bald wonder, is sniping Kevin Brennan.
No, he's sniping. Oh, while he's
just listen to me.
Okay.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Listen to me.
I love when you do that, by the way. I used to do shows at Levy, and he would always say, "You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?" It's like he's like Tommy Two Times from Goodfellas.
I'd be on the phone with him. He was just like, "Listen to me. You listen to me," and I'm like, "Jesus Christ."
That's playful goofing, Bob. So don't get your fucking panties in an uproar. Anyway, so Brennan I'm on a show with Brennan, and I call out Bob, and I say, "Look, Shuli said that as far as our Stern days, he was better than me, right?"
No, we're getting owned.
So then today, him and Bob are on this fucking, I don't know, BS show, reliving their glory days. Who knows? Okay. So they're on this show, and Shuli goes, "I never said that I was better than John." Bob goes, "Yeah, I never heard you say that." Now, I hope you have that one up first, where Shuli says that he is better than me. Do you have it?
I think so. Let's play it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. It's a great fucking show. What a snooze fest.
We could see I text Bob just a reminder he tried to fuck your wife.
He told to John what Chad was doing to me. Marlon John.
He won't have me on. He's chicken shit.
We're out of you. And
I don't have the link.
Plus,
Has
like
nothing
an
to do with
idiot, I pay him
balls.
up front, like Carl
And
did.
why would I go on Radio Gunk? Nobody listens to him.
But I did it anyway. I took a chance. Sometimes you got to take a chance in life.
Smug. And he thinks that somehow he's equal to me when it comes to Stern.
I'm not. I'm better than you.
So, all right. That's all you need, Chad, from that one. Okay. He says that he's better than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now watch the hypocrite. That's right, dues payer. I'm the hypocrisy police. Now play his show from today where he denies ever saying that. Please. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
No problem.
Message to the dues payer. That's me, by the way. You were wrong as usual. I did the show. B, you said you were better than me on Stern. Never said that.
I don't. Yeah, that's another thing I never heard said. I never heard this said.
Now, Chad, have I not proved my case?
It's right there. It's coming out.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, hypocrite, now I have you on tape saying that you're better than me, and then 2 days later saying that you never said that. I rest my case, you bald, broke, crystal fucking loving loser. Okay? And by the way, Shuli, I already have my real estate people on it because I don't believe you could afford $400,000 for that house. I don't. I think that maybe your wife's parents or maybe your parents, but somebody shelled out the money for you because you, my friend, are a fucking loser.
Oh my goodness. No, I just see this world and what they're all about and how, like, I just saw the Shuli Network. I did a show with Shuli at Side Splitters like a couple months ago, and it was a one night. It was a Thursday night. It was a real light crowd, and I got along with Shuli. I always got along with Shuli. Everyone always said he was a good guy, and some people said he was a snake, but I was like, he never did anything to me. Never did anything to me. So I get there, we hang out. He's being nice enough. His producer Joe was there. He was being cool and saying I was funny and he wanted to work with me. Literally 2 days later, he blocks me on everything. He's trashing me. I'm like, okay, because there was a misunderstanding between Bob Levy and his celebrity daughter and his dumb wife who got involved. So I was just like, I know what these guys are all about and what they're doing right now. And I see what they're all about. They're all about pylons and they're grifting. They started half hour early.
They're internet warriors.
They're nerds from high school that go ahead, John.
Okay. Now, Shuli's all talk right now. He's sniping you, right?
Yeah.
and he's talking a whole bullshit game. But the proof is in the pudding, Chad. I go to him. I'm half in the bag. I'm an easy target, all right? I'm like fucking 5 pints in. And there I am, I'm not doing questions written for Shuli. I'm just doing Stern-based questions. It could have been anybody there, Sal or Rich. I said this already.
Right.
But look at the pussy that he is. Does he have a witty comeback? Does he have a witty fucking retort? I have interviewed so many comedians, and they have funny things to say. For instance, the best line ever, Joan Rivers, without even skipping a beat. She's a legend. By the way, Shuli, she's actually a real comic. So I interviewed Joan, and I said, Joan.
She was.
Yes. I said, Joan, do you think ugly people should be allowed to have children? She said, no, and I told your mother that. That's how quickly that she was able to have a funny line. Yet Shuli, he can come up with a line. You know what his line was, Chad? Hi, Mr. Security, could you get him out of here? That was his line. I'm not a celebrity, get me out of here. That was Shuli's line. As he ran away from me with his backpack on. Now listen, I teach middle school and they wear backpacks, okay? I don't see adults wearing backpacks. But who wears a backpack? The fucking dues payer. Chad, have you ever seen a comic at any one of your shows wear a backpack?
I mean, I'm not looking for it.
Yeah, because if you saw it, you go, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's walking around with a backpack. I mean, that alone says what a fucking wuss you are. I mean,
I don't hate backpacks as much as you do, but I'm with you. I get what you're saying.
Oh, backpacks are like that, the term that we can't use anymore. That little bag, little pouch they used to wear on that thing, the F bag or whatever, which you can't say anymore. 30 years ago, you could say it, but you can't say it anymore. But You know what I mean? A backpack. I have 6th graders. They all wear backpacks. Shuli is like a 6th grader, and he is in his brain too. Now, Chad, let me ask you, and I'm not doing. Listen, you could be smart and not go to college. I get it. You could be smart and not go to college, but they love saying that I'm stupid. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they all love saying that I'm stupid. Now, Shuli, you have a 4-year degree from NYU? Nah, don't think so. Do you think you could ever pass a real estate exam? Nah, I don't think so. Do you think you could ever pass the CBEST, a 4-hour exam for LAUSD, which includes algebra, comprehensive reading and writing? No, never. You have to write theses. You wouldn't even know how to spell thesis. Bob would fucking start out with a Z. So all I'm going to say is, I'm stupid. Don't think so, Shuli. Don't think so. Swing and a miss. You fucking fool.
My thing about Shuli, though, is he's obviously out for himself. And I did the show with him at Side Splitters. I never had a problem with him. But he could say whatever he want. But he drew like 35 people. He was the headliner. He promoted for like 2 months on Calta and his thing. And everyone sells tickets at Side Splitters. And there was no tickets sold. And it was like a few.
You sold 27 of them.
I mean, I had people come up to me, but I was just like, there isn't a buzz there. And then they wanted me to do that Pottstown gig. Like Bob called me. He's like, I'll give it $500. You come down to the, I go, okay. I'll do it if Florentine and Kevin do it. Cause I was on the show at the time and Kevin says, fuck no, I'm not doing it. And Florentine's like, nah, I'm not, I'm already booked. So I was like, okay, I'll still go. It'll be weird. It's not my thing. And they're like, no, we're going to get a dunk tank. We're going to put you in a dunk tank. I'm like, no, that's not happening. You put Bob Levy in a dunk tank.
Well, speaking of Bob, this is the funniest thing. I love Kevin Brennan. I know to me, Kevin Brennan's a funny. I'm not kissing his ass for any other reason.
No, Kevin is funny. He's a
funny fucking guy. That's it. End of story.
He's funny.
But I'll tell you this, because I'm entertained by Kevin. I really am. And I've told this to Kevin on the phone. He makes me fucking laugh. So, see, now,
by the way, I'm not ignoring the super chats. I'll get to them.
Ignore that because they're goofing on my kid.
Oh, I didn't see him.
No, not James. The other one before it.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Now, so Kevin is schooling Bob. Bob goes, Ronnie Munn Jr., thanks for the super chat. So Bob goes, hey, Kevin, why don't we all join forces And this way, you could be on the Shuli Network, Kev, and then Kevin just stopped Bob in his tracks and went, "No, you dumb fuck. The whole point of this is that we all hate each other. What the fuck? You want us all to get along and sing Kumbaya? What are you, an idiot?" It's just, I laughed my ass off at Kevin. He's just fucking funny.
Oh my God! I guess.
And look, Chad, I'll get to the point. I don't have any lighting. I have my lighting, but it's in one of my boxes.
Well, you just moved into your house, right?
Yeah, I'm brand new. That's why there's echo, because I have a very big, great room. And I
saw the house before. It would look great. How new is it? Is it just like brand new?
Brand new. I'm the first person in. I'm the first person that freaking slept in it. I was going to jerk off today, but I forgot to. But I would have been the first to jerk off on it too. Well, I will be soon.
There you go. Anyway, we all got goals. We all have goals.
Do the squeegee, right? Anyway, so where was I? Okay, now let's now we'll handle Bob for a second, because I didn't want. Look, Bob is not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy, but he doesn't get it. So let me just start from this jumping off point, Chad. Is that okay?
Yeah. Is your internet okay? Because it is a little choppy, or does you think it's just something that'll click in?
I got the highest quantum fiber. I got like the highest speed internet.
Okay. Well, maybe it'll kick in. It's something you can't control.
No, I got high speed. I can tell you right now what it is at.
Yeah. Well, I know. I lived in LA. I know the internet gets wacky, so it's all good.
No. This is
okay. It's better.
I didn't have a problem on MLC.
It looks good. It looks good right now. I'm sorry. I just people were saying stuff. They're sending me messages. And I'm like, I don't know.
Listen, and I'm gonna fucking cut everyone to the punch here. I know I look like shit, but it's because I don't have any lighting. I look like I died 5 years ago. I get it. So you could all say that. Yeah, I have the Dutch boy haircut because I'm growing my hair long. It's my midlife crisis. It goes along with my fucking Harley. Now, which is totally paid for. Fucking dues payer. Now, I know I'm spitting, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
On the Take of Private Parts, Betty Thomas, the director. Oh, that's right, Julie. I was in Howard's movie with you. Nah, don't think so. Anyway, so I was. Look at all
some of these are just trolls, but I don't give a shit.
I don't care.
Now.
I love when they pay. I love when they pay to be a troll. It's like, yeah, pay. Give Chad the money. Fucking, I don't give a fuck. Chad paid me.
He said,
give him the money.
Shirley says 7:21. He also started a half hour early. He has 4 people on, and he has
because
over.
Why, Chad? Because he knows that I'm funny. I have charisma.
And I have 13,000. He has 13,000 subscribers. I just started doing this YouTube stuff in January, and I'm almost at 5,000. So
I have over 17,000. I don't even do a show anymore. So just take that to the bank. Now, Bob. Now you're not a bad guy, and I don't think you are. I think you got a big heart. I don't think you're very bright. That's not a slight, but you're not. And I think you couldn't spell slight. Now. Here's my problem with Bob. And I didn't get into it because I like Bob. I do. But now we're going to get into the hypocrite. Now, Bob was saying, Bob justified, first of all, going on the Uncle Rico show. Because he said, oh, come on, John, we're just busting balls like people do. Yeah, Chad, I get that. I could bust on somebody's ball for like a day or two. But
John, let me ask you this. If there was a network dedicated to shitting on Bob, do you think, and you joined it, he would be like cool with that? Like, where there's a revenue stream for him and his friends, his family. Like, no, Bob's a sensitive prick too. And he'd have a big problem.
He's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
So, because look, Jim Norton, I love to death.
I love Jim Norton. Jim Norton's a great guy.
Jim Florentine, I love to death. Now, these guys are not only real comics, dues payer. They don't brag about paying their dues. Every comic pays their dues. But they're real fucking funny comics. I had them both on the road with me. Now, Florentine he doesn't trash me. Norton doesn't trash me. Why? Because they're loyal. They know I've been nothing but good to them. Just like you, Bob, I've been nothing but good to you, too. I was nice to your son. I was nice to you. But what'd you do? You decided to do a whole entire bunch of shows shitting on me. And now we're going to get into the hypocrite known as Bob Levy. Now, let's start. So he does this show. Now, I DM Bob. I go, Bob, or text him, I don't remember. I go, Bob, you're my friend. Why are you doing this, man? You're supposed to be my friend. Like, why are you doing this? Oh, come on, John, we're just busting balls. Then I text him again when it keeps going on. Bob, Florentine doesn't do it. Norton doesn't do it. Why are you doing it? And then he stops, and then I don't know what he says. But then, get a load of this, Chad. He justifies that the reason why it's okay now that for him to goof on me ad nauseum every single day is because I DM'd him, and that pissed him off. Chad, I swear to God, this is his logic on it. I swear to you. That's what he said on the show. And I'm sure anyone from Shirley's Anonymous could pull it up and they'll find it. He said it's just because John, started DMing me and then I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. That's another excuse to just say, I have no integrity, I have no loyalty, I'm out to make a buck. Period. End of story. Right? So he decides to do this. That's a hypocrite number one. Hypocrite number two. Everybody, here comes another Levy bomb. Everyone loves Jaeger bombs. Here comes the Levy bomb.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Here's the Levy bomb. Shuli and Bob think.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Kevin. They're watching right now.
Yeah. They think that somehow I don't pay my child support, which couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. Now, let's get into you, Bob. I didn't bring this up on MLC. Nah, I didn't get to half the shit that I wanted to get to. Bob, I'm going to ask you a question. Maybe this is an alleged story, but it's from a very damn good source. Chad, you know the source.
Yeah.
Okay. Bob, did you spend 4 days in jail for not paying child support? Did you or did you not, Bob? Be honest, Bobby. Be honest. I think so. I think, though, to quote the great crackhead Bob.
But didn't he, because he said you were a bad dad and he went after your kids.
Oh, yeah. I'm a bad dad. And then he doesn't pay child support? Now, I'm sorry. Chad, I got to call out these hypocrites. Yeah. And now we're going to get into the biggest. This is the one I didn't bring up because I was busy.
Let me hold it for 1 second. James, I'm going to be reading these, but we're on a roll. We're not Kevin's show. We're not just reading.
James, sorry.
We'll get to it. We're going to get to all this, guys.
Don't worry. I'm going to answer every question you have.
People at home.
Like I did with Kevin.
Everyone sees them. So go ahead.
Now, Bob then says on Kevin's show, this truly makes fun of your alcoholism. Yet they all fucking kiss Anthony CUMIA'S ass, and he's drinking on every fucking show, and he's half in the bag every fucking night. But I'm somehow an alcoholic. You fucking hypocrites!
But he said himself he's a huge burnout who smokes weed all day long in his wife's basement. No, I've done gigs. Shirley's smoking weed nonstop. And so
I am the hypocrisy police. I even bought this shirt today. Because that is I told you on the phone today, I'm the hypocrisy police. And you said, John, you should get a shirt. And so I did. I give credit where credit is due. Surely you should try it someday. Now, getting back to Bob. There it is. Hack in the Box has it. That's what I was getting to. Bob Levy is on Brennan. No one should attack family.
Keep families out of this. Meanwhile, my brother who died when he was 9, he was killed. He's making joke and his dumb wife's laughing at it. I'm like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, Bob.
Yep. And guess what else, Chad?
You fence sitter.
Bob did 5.
Keep taking Kevin's money, Bob. Keep taking it, you fence sitter. And while Kevin shits all over the Shuli network, you just sit there and you take it like a bitch.
All right, now, Chad.
Sorry.
So this is the best one. It's not the best one. This is the one where I swear to you, and I told Vince, the crooked lawyer, this. I go, if I ever run into Bob, I'm going to beat his fucking ass. And just kidding around. I don't promote violence, but I was saying that I'm going to have a serious talk with him. Oh, I love the hype train. That made me laugh, Chad. Anyway, the thing is,
we'll get you on at the end.
Yeah. Let's definitely do it at the end. Bob then decides to do 5 to 10 minutes, not just like as an aside. I don't want to explain to Bob what an aside is because he wouldn't know. But It's like if you're on stage doing a play, I teach this in drama. An aside is when you talk to the audience while other characters are on stage, as opposed to a soliloquy, which is a monologue on stage, and there are no other characters on stage. There, I just gave you the definition of an aside.
I like we get these. I like a well-trimmed taint. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the super
So,
chat.
hold on. Chad, listen to me.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
So,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So Bob then does a 5 to 10 minute diatribe on my trans kid, right? And, now he justifies it by saying somehow I made fun of his wife, which I never did and if I did, I don't think I would ever because his wife is fucking gorgeous. His wife is beautiful. Why would I go? How could I goof on Bob's wife? She's a piece of ass. I told Bob on Brennan's show, I think Bob's wife is super hot. And let me correct you on something, Levy.
She shit on my mom, so go ahead.
Stop interrupting me.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry to interrupt on my
No, because I don't want to fuck up my train of thought, which I think you might.
I know. You're on a roll. You're on a roll. Keep
I know,
going.
but see, now you just got me sidetracked. Okay.
Bob's wife's hot. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh. So then Bob goes, well, then I got into a car accident and John doesn't call to see how I am. He calls to ask me if my wife's fat and could he hit on her. I'm trying to get permission like any man would do, right? Any man would ask permission from a friend if they could date. I didn't know it was his wife. I thought it was just some girl he was dating. I know he was like dating this girl Barbie, and I know he was trying to date this girl named Tammy, not Tammy Pescatelli, you idiots.
Yeah, what happened with Tammy and Pescatelli? She was on like Twitter going crazy.
No, because these idiots started saying that I said I shagged Tammy. Yeah, a different Tammy that spells her name completely different. Tami, not Tammy Pescatelli. A different Tammy, but they try and stir shit. But they're being dishonest, and when they played this fucking guy plays the tape, Tammy Pescatelli goes, John, you've been exonerated by the tape because you say the girl lives in Florida, which she does. So there you have it. That's not Tammy Pescatelli, you dumb fucks. Anyway, getting back to it.
Yeah, I love you, Tammy Pescatelli.
Yes, I do too. So then I say to Bob, look, if you're not dating her anymore, it's okay if I ask her out. That's what a true man does. And Bob's whole beef is, well, I didn't even call to ask about his health. Well, Chad, I didn't know he got into a car accident. I didn't know any of this shit.
Yeah.
And if he told me, I certainly forgot about it because he looked fine to me. So
he doesn't look fine to anyone, trust me.
Okay, but anyway, that's not the point. The point is,
I know. I just want to take a dig because he's always doing it about me.
Hey, just put me in close up for a second.
I don't know how.
Oh, really?
I really don't.
Oh God! All right, you're worse than me when it comes to this shit.
Let's see if this works.
All you gotta do is just take yourself out of the stream for a second.
Oops, that's what we.
No, do the opposite of that.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't worry about it. No. Pull back. How far? Cleveland? Okay, just go back.
Whoa, that's.
Just pull back. This is. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Here, I'll get out of the frame.
All right. Okay, Bob. Now, the goof on my trans child, really? To do 5 to 10 minutes on a trans person, which is a group of people that are being beaten up on a daily basis, and you pile on my child when I was nothing but nice to Dominic, your child? How can you sleep, Bob, I ask you? How can you sleep goofing on an innocent kid? How? Who, is become transgender in the world, like of Ron DeSantis's and Donald Trump's, who shit all over the trans community, and you decide to take a shot, a 5 to 10 minute soliloquy on my child? A monologue you do, trashing my child, and you justify it by saying, oh, well, John said something about my wife, which I don't think I ever did. And if I did, I would just say, I'm sorry. You could have called me and I would have apologized. I would have made a public apology if I ever did. You can come back, Chad. It doesn't matter. This is stupid. But Bob.
She could apologize to me, too. It could have been over. It would have been fine.
But Bob, you don't do that. You, as a coward, go and think it's okay to trash my trans child. Now, you know why Chad, he does this? Because that's how he reels That's how he really feels about the trans community. That's why he does Anthony Cumia, and we're going to get into Cumia soon. And
Well, the show is called CUMIA'S, CUCKS, so we should.
Cumia.
He should be the. No, we'll save him for the last. He's the main.
Oh no,
event.
I got plenty of guys to talk about. Don't worry about it. I mean, trust me, I could do 10 hours with these fucking cucks. Don't worry.
Yeah, please hit like and subscribe if you guys want to jump in the chat. This is one for the ages.
Of course it is, because I'm fuck. Even though this is not radio, I don't know why Bob always says, "Hey, I'm good at radio." It's not radio.
No,
This
it's
is
radio,
what's known as
John.
a
You don't
podcast.
understand. It's radio. I was on
It's a
Kid Chris.
podcast, you dumb fuck.
It's radio. I do good radio.
It's not radio. Radio is when you listen, you don't see. Anyway, thank you, Patrick. Fucking sweating here. I get out of the shower and I'm fucking sweating wet. I'm Puerto Rican.
This is the greatest show I've ever been on. Thank you, everybody. Thanks in the super chats. You guys are killing it.
So Bob, I deserve an apology from you, and I know you're not going to do it because you're not that big of a man.
Yeah, and I want an apology from his wife for saying about my mother too. While we're at it, go ahead.
First of all, Gina, I think you're hot. I really do. If I ever said anything bad about you, and not my all these fans of mine who have all these accounts that everyone thinks is me. If I, Stuttering John at Stuttering John M on Twitter, have ever said anything bad about you, Gina, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. And I'm very sincere. I don't remember saying anything, but if I did, I'm sorry. And if I hurt you, shame on me. And if you want, I'll get you a gift card to a restaurant as an apology and say, I am sorry.
Yeah, get her a gift card to Bennigan's. Let's do this.
As the great crackhead Bob said, I am sorry. There you go. So now, Bob, can you be a man and apologize? I ask you, Bob. I ask you, Greg. As indictment against the justice system. Okay, anyway, that's Animal House. Anyway, so I ask you, Bob, can you apologize to me at least and say you're sorry for goofing on my trans child in a world that is so horrible to the LGBTQ plus community? Can you please apologize? Okay, do I want to repent for my homophobic slurs? When we were on the Stern Show, you could say Oriental, meaning an Asian person in those days, because it was acceptable. And we said a lot of shit on the Stern Show in those days that right now is considered unacceptable. And what we do, Chad, it's a certain thing called growing as an individual. And sometimes you got to bite.
I want to know that. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I like to grow. Right now, I'm learning Spanish because
I'm going backwards.
My daughter speaks fluent Spanish. She said, Dad, you got to watch the movie Parasite. I was reluctant because it's in subtitles, but I loved it. And then she said, because she could speak fluent Spanish, she just got back from Spain. She said, Dad, I want you to learn Spanish. And now for me, hija, I am learning Spanish.
¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, gracias.
Oui, je ne sais pas. That's French. Anyways, go ahead. I'm being silly.
So I like to grow. So yes, on the Stern Show, did we say things that were wrong? Yes. Oh, here it is. I love this. I wasn't making fun of gay people, you dumb fuck. Okay. So, Chad, this is their new kind of narrative. Shirley tried to get me fired again. Shirley goes on his show and goes, oh, people should show this to LUSD. First of all, I wasn't making fun of anyone gay. I said that Carl was effeminate. That doesn't mean gay. Ryan Seacrest is effeminate. That doesn't mean gay. That's a metrosexual. It's not an anti-gay slur. It just means that Carl and Bob and Anthony all goof on my gay children. And they all goof on my gay children. But then when I call Carl effeminate, they somehow say that I'm being anti-gay, which couldn't be further from the truth. I watched it, you dumb fucks. I was just simply saying that he drinks his beer in an effeminate fashion and that he can't be really effeminate because he has paneling, and no effeminate man, no metrosexual is going to have paneling in their state-of-the-art studio. That's all. Wasn't going against gay people. I was going against the hamburger himself and Bob and Carl and Pocky for goofing on my gay children. That is all. And I actually came away from that interview with Brennan liking Carl. I know it's hard to believe.
No, you guys had a good back and forth. I thought.
Yes. I actually will say that I left that show and go, you know what? I kind of like Carl. I do. I think he was stupid.
I don't think Carl's evil. I think a lot of these
I
guys
don't think he's evil either. I think he actually is probably a nicer guy than people think.
Yeah, and I kind of saw a side of that in him, so I was like,
yes, I did too. And I was happy to see it, actually.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. Like, Carl said something incredibly stupid, and here we go. Now I'm going to call Carl a hypocrite on this. So he says to me, John, you were never a writer on Stern. Casey told me so. Casey is a fucking lunatic who got fired from Stern for threatening to beat the fuck out of Tom Chiusano. And Carl
it's better than threatening to kill Stern and Beth and being banned from the Sirius XM building. Boom, roasted. Suck it, Bob. Suck my dick, Bob Levy. You fuck. You old fuck. You grifter.
And by the way, Bomb.
And you, by the way, John, didn't he steal John Melendez and friends from you too? And he
thanks for reminding me.
No problem. Chad. Anything, Bob's, I'm here.
Remind me again, because I'm just going to finish the thought now.
Fair enough.
So Casey Armstrong, who, by the way, he just fell off the wagon. He was talking about suicide. I emailed him because I care. And I recorded something with Vince, the crooked lawyer. And I said, get this to Casey. But I emailed Casey the same thing. I said, Casey, and I'm going to say it right now to you again, Casey. I'm worried about you. I am, because I actually do love you. And you were talking about killing yourself or, something about suicide. I know you're a good friend, and my friend Autumn killed herself. And I don't want you to even make a joke about suicide. I don't want you to do that because that's a red flag. That's something that we have to worry about. So I want to just tell you that I care about you and I love you. And so I email him this. I say, if you ever want to talk, I will always be here. The door is always open because I do care about you. But now, KC is incredibly 100% wrong by saying that I wasn't a writer. So I go to Doug Goodstein, and I don't think Doug would mind because he was the exec producer, and he has every single show tape on file. And now they're accusing me of not being a writer, right? This is their new fucking bullshit story. And they say that I wasn't a writer, right? So what happens? So I show everybody, Doug, thank you, gets me the screenshot, and there it is. Written materials contributed by Benji Bronk and Stuttering John Melendez. And then, finally, when Scott, because Buchwald's a cheap fuck, and he said to Einziger, I can't get my writer's credit. Then they're going to want more money. That's Buchwald. He's a prick.
Don Buchwald. I met him once.
And it's all in my book. I fucking go nuts on him.
Plug your book. Let's do it.
Easy for you to say. Now.
All right.
Then, number one bestseller in, I forget, fucking broadcast.
Argentina.
On Amazon. Anyway. So I say to, okay, Doug gets me screenshots. And then I go on. Then all you got to do, Carl, Shuley, all you got to do is go on IMDb, and there I am, writer, Howard Stern Show. Yes, I was a writer on the Howard Stern Show. Chad, ask me if I'm collecting a Writers Guild pension right now.
I know you are. You are.
Come on, it's more fun.
Oh, are you collecting one, John? I mean,
yes.
Oh, so
I thought you never asked. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
yes, I am. I'm just laughing so I get some color in my face.
Here's the thing, Carl. Everybody,
get some color in my face.
Yeah, you guys can all say what you want, but John has been more successful than everyone together. I mean, they were goofing on you and making money, but I mean, like I said, you have the Forrest Gump life. You had record contracts. You were on the biggest radio show. You were on Leno. You got the right. So you did good. I mean, I don't know.
Gene Simmons.
That's the first time I went on Carl's show. Like they did the segment where they're supposed to goof on you. I was like, he's never done anything to me, And then that's why I was kind of like weirded out by it, or I fucked it up. But it's just like, well, what am I going to say? I don't know. He stutters. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Even in my MTV video, that's right, Julie. Yeah, I was on Headbangers Ball. Florentine knows this. I have Sting, Gene Simmons, Nuno Bettencourt, Gilbert Gottfried, all in my rock video that I released on Atlantic. I made well into the six figures on my album, opened 4, get a load of this, Chad. And oh yeah, I'm living my glory days. Don't just remind me glory days so I can call them out again.
Glory days. Gotcha.
Yep, just write it down.
Carl, get the sound effect ready.
Okay, thank you. Now, I opened for Ted Nugent across the country. We went on tour with him. He had a hot daughter, but everyone was afraid to hit on her because he does his signings at bow and arrow shops while we do our signings at the record stores. Ted Nugent, Collective Soul, Motley Crue, Ozzy Osbourne, White Zombie. We opened up for everybody. Green Day. Thank you. What have you done, Deuce Payer? Now, let's get into the glory days. This is the funniest thing to me. So they make this Uncle Rico show.
I've heard of it.
Hypocrite, yep. It's all to goof on me for reliving my glory days. And now, what? On the Shuli Network, they have a whole show called Road Stories. So they're talking about their glory days on the road. Now they're looking at Stern clips from 20 years ago. Their glory days. And they can never stop talking about their glory days. Hypocrite! Thank you.
You should get those shirts made. You would be able to push a lot of those shirts.
Thank you.
So what happened? Bob stole your concept of John Melendez and friends because you took him on tour. And here's the thing: Levy's always like, "I'm a headliner. Where's the Your Cleveland medal? I'm a headliner." Meanwhile, he used to beg you and Artie to open, and it's just like you don't play Funny Bones and improvs. You do fire halls and VFW halls. So what's that all about? Then he did the Killers of Comedy. What?
Hold on, I'm gonna get a beer. Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's read some super chats, guys. You guys have been more than generous today. Hit subscribe, hit like, jump in the chat. I threw a little curveball, motherfuckers. This is great. Tape 2 says the funniest thing Shuli ever did was think he was almost as funny as Artie and Jackie in that Artie chair for a couple of days.
Who was Skola?
This guy says, "Hey, Stuttering John, when you going to man up and talk to Shuli, Chad? You're the worst Zia for all grifters. Thanks, guys."
I'm supposed to man up. Why is there always that light coming in? I don't know. Should I adjust my setting here?
You do what you want. I don't care. Jason H, $5. This guy's classy. Look how he dresses. John, you got to come back at least once a week. Once a week. But you told me you don't have to. Like, it's like you got all this. But also, Dabblers Anonymous, Chad, reach out to me privately. Tell me what you're paying John for this interview, and I will cover it. John, are you on a publicity tour?
No, it's called the Hypocrisy Police Tour.
Yeah, and thanks all the new members, D-Man, Carlos Danger, Dan Florentine, the great Dan Florentine, Tony Salt, Sammy V, Papas, Lily Bell Igor.
No, don't. That's the guy who was making fun of my daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. It's hard to keep track. I don't have a producer, Joe, for some reason, so I have to do this myself. But I see you're all in here. We're going to get to all of it. But John, you're on a roll. Let's get into why Bob Levy stole your tour.
And by the way, Dabbles Anonymous, thank you for A, being very generous to Kevin, and B, being very generous to Chad.
Yes, thank you.
So now, and see, that's the thing, Chad. I don't care when I was goofed on by Howard Stern and Jay Leno. You think I really give a fuck about all these guys goofing on me?
No, it's like you were in the pressure cooker when millions and millions of people were listening, saying some of the worst things. So this is nothing, and that's when all these cucks coming after me. Like you think when I was on FM radio when I had thousands and thousands, this is nothing. Bring it. I had Rover's Morning Glory coming after me, hardcore, and it was tough, but I dealt with it. So all these little podcasts, I don't care. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be allies. You all suck. I would never grab a beer with you. So fuck off. I would grab a beer with John. Go ahead. Skull. I don't have a one, but also, hey, before I forget, I also want to run, since the Shuli Network's here today watching, piling on like they always do, let's bring up the Pickwick Club. You said if you got 1,000 Patreons, you would go there, do a show, and then you ripped them all off in Pottstown with the posters. That's a fact. You got over 1,000. You never did a show. You never gave out the posters. That's a fucking fact. So You guys say stuff about me. I'm a grifter, all this. Take a look in the mirror. Go ahead.
Okay. And by the way, let me just give a shout out. Domingo Haman, perfect game last night. I was loving it. Oh, God. I love you, buddy. All right. And I'm missing the Yankee game for this chat. I'm really pissed off about that. Okay. So someone just tell me the score if you can. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, or don't. This way they will. Okay. Now, Chad Nation, welcome, Stuttering John. Thank you, James. Okay. The million years I never thought I'd see my two biggest heroes together. Beloved Chatter. That's for Nikki B, who was my beloved Chatter, whose husband was, like getting chemo for cancer that I tried to make money for. Okay, anyway. So now let's get into this one. Now I start because I'm smart. I can run things. I decide that no, I don't think he surely couldn't beat up fucking a sixth grader. So no. If Shuley saw me in person, he'd back down so quickly it would be funny. He'd run. I think he would actually run away from me. But now let's get into the point.
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. This is Levy at his best. And he doesn't see, that's why I don't say he's not mean. He just
Eric, I'm doing fine, everybody. You guys don't get it twisted. You guys keep coming in. Thanks for the super chats. Let's roll. This will be up on Patreon members only later. Go ahead.
Stop interrupting me.
Yeah, it's got a lot of fans in here.
Listen to me.
Listen to me. You listen to me.
All right. So I start this comedy tour called the Stuttering John and Friends Tour. So it's me, Jim Norton, Modi, who's blowing up right now, and Melrose Larry Green that I had as a goof because he was like trying to be some Borscht Belt comedian, like his big joke. I own a Jewish airline called Bell, I'll tell you. It was so bad. But what I loved about it is people in the audience started hating on him, heckling him, and throwing ice cubes and buffalo wings at him. And then Melrose would snap and start going, fuck you, and just go off on the crowd. Me, ask Florentine, because I know you're friends with Jim, so am I. Me, Florentine, DePaulo, we would laugh our asses off on the side of the stage. And even when I did stand up with all these guys at Trump's Taj Mahal, I had Melrose and Howard Stern not only came on the air on that Monday, said, John, stand-up was great. Yeah, surely he did. And then he said, and Melrose, I don't know if he's a genius or he's just mentally handicapped, but he's like the next Andy Kaufman. So now, what does Levy do? And this is where I would call him, I don't know, this is why I think he's a little skeevy. Because then Bob decides to do, like, I don't know, Murderers Row or Killers of Comedy.
I think it was The Killer as a comedy.
Yeah, and what does he do? He gets KC so he can get the plugs. Then he gets Florentine. Then he gets DePaulo. He starts cherry picking every comic that I had on my tour, including Melrose Larry Green, and uses Melrose the same way I did. Okay, so now I'm having a pool party at my house in Bayville. And I say to Florentine, I go, don't bring Bob. I go, the guy fucking ripped off, he's ripping me off. Don't bring him. And what does Florentine do? Because Florentine's a nice guy. He brings Bob. And I take Bob out from the backyard. I asked him, I go, come in the front. I want to talk to you. So we go on my driveway in front of my garage door. And Bob, if he has any memory, he will remember this. And I said, Bob, what are you doing? Why are you here? I go, you're ripping off my freaking comedy show, and you're taking my own guys. And he goes, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? He doesn't even understand. That's why I don't think Bob is like a bad guy. He just doesn't understand what he's doing and why he's ripping me off. You understand, Chad?
Well, yeah, I do understand. But Levy has a track. You know what I mean? He has a track record of that. Like Levy's a bitch. Like when he just got in a big fight about Kevin because of the Shuley Network and all that, he said he was going to go out on his own. He's like, I'm going to do Out of the Coffin 5 days a week. I don't need anybody. I don't need anyone. He got no viewers. So a week later, he came crawling back to Kevin for less money just to be a fence sitter. And that's a fact. So now he's back on Kevin's show, kissing Kevin's ass. And, that's what he does. He just hitches his wagon to whatever opportunity there is. Like Shuli, oh, okay, I'll hitch my wagon to him. He's got a big following on YouTube. Kevin's got a big following. So that's Levy in a nutshell, hitching his wagon.
And by the way, like you see when I drink like this and I have the pinky out, that's effeminate. I'm effeminate. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, that brings us to this one right here because you said you'd answer everything. You didn't care. John, biggest hypocrite, make fun of Carl for being feminine, but everyone has to respect your kid.
Okay.
Where did the stutter go?
Okay.
How was the karate movie you did,
No,
John?
I love this stuff. This is like okay. First of all, Carl goofed. He has goofed on my children, my gay children. Okay. So for me to call him effeminate, that is not gay. It's not. Effeminate means that he's like a metrosexual. Okay. I would never bash any gay person. Who do I look like? Anthony Cumia? God no. I would shoot myself. But anyway, and
you would have a gun.
Don't forget to remind me about Cumia because
no,
there's a guy. There's a guy. That, but you do.
No, we will get to Anthony Cumia. This is the show. I mean,
you do understand the difference between, bashing a gay person or just saying a guy is a little effeminate. Do you understand there's a difference?
Yeah, of course.
There's a very big difference.
Mm-hmm.
So stop trying to rewrite the definition of effeminate. Stop trying to make that, because I would never ever bash a group of people, any group of people. I don't care. In the old days,
Frank, he's not a nice guy. He's not. I don't care what John says. Bob's not a nice guy. Go ahead. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's that with Bob. All right, I'm leaving Bob alone. Bob, apologize for goofing on my trans kid, and we're cool. That's all I'm asking. I've apologized now to your wife, who again is hot as fuck. You should be very happy. I mean, I'd be lucky to bed down Gina.
Well, John, just start your own network and I'll join it because you'll probably get more super chats and I'll just leave Shuli.
No,
so
Bob should be very happy. Here I am. How many times have I said how hot she is?
A lot.
And she's a nice person. She's a nurse. She's a nurse.
Doesn't mean she's a nice person.
What a great occupation. And meanwhile, all you guys who gaslit me got you assholes to call my moderator, Nikki, who was a nurse, and tried to get her fired saying she was a drug addict. A nurse! A fucking nurse. That's what these haters try to do. Why is John so pale? Because I don't have any lighting, and I don't wear any makeup, and I'm not in the sun like Chad going sunbathing.
Yeah, and he's going out for the a role. There's a role he's trying out for.
Yeah, I'm going to play a corpse like Kevin Costner in what was that called? 30-minute chill. No, The Big Chill. Yeah, Kevin Costner was, he was the guy in the casket. Anyway, so I digress. So now we're done with Bob. Now let's wait. It's an hour, Chad.
All right, you want to keep going? I'll tell you what. If you want to keep going, I'll split super chats with you.
Well, I'll keep going, but you better make it worth my while, you prick.
I got you.
Okay. Now
we'll take care. This has been successful. This has been fun.
Okay. Well, now it's going to get even more fun.
Make John stick around, guys.
Now, Chad, all you got to do is take your face out of the stream for a second, and I'll be full face here. You understand? You don't know how to do that. It's all right. Just hold on.
I'm not. Shuli, he denied his producers to work with me. They didn't want my money, so I was like, okay, I'll just do it myself.
Okay. Now, I love somebody came in as Galooly. He's the guy that fucking, tried to, that broke.
Husey?
What?
This guy, nice hair.
No. Husey's a dickhead. He is a fucking two-faced dickhead too.
He's probably laughing.
Many of them know. School. So all right. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm drunk. I had one beer, and I'm not even done with it yet. All right. So See, here's Dave. $5. John, love your book. Heard it on WATP. Yeah, I know. I know all about it. You know I definitely take exception to that. All right, Anthony, your turn.
We're moving on to Cumia?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Hi, Anthony. I'll tell you before we went to Anthony. Like I used to go on a show a lot before Artie, before Landau, and we always got along great. Always laughed, talked old movies, and then I got in a little thing with Chrissy over COVID, and the WATP thing happened, and then they were coming after me, getting these low-level tier podcasts coming after me. Then all of a sudden, Cumia starts shitting on me because I think of Chrissy Mayer, and then Carl jumped in, and then this weirdo from Minnesota from out of nowhere jumped in, and that's why I developed CUMIA'S CUCKS. I was like, I got to defend myself. You shut down everything and said, I'll just go teach. I said, I'm going to fight you guys on the internet. So this is why everything happened and why my channel went up 3,500 subscribers and continues to grow. And I continue to fight as people continue to pile on with that tribalism and that herd mentality. And that's exactly what was going on with you. And then Cumia was kind of the ringleader. They all just sucked up to him in my mind from what I can
tell. How many people are watching? I can't even see.
Like 275, but it goes up and down, and it's just there's also Kevin Brennan's watching this right now. Shuli Network's watching this, and I'm sure
Kevin is sniping this too.
Yeah.
So wait a second. You used to snipe Kevin. Now Kevin's sniping you.
Yeah, because I'm not playing a show, so let him snipe.
God, who knew I was this famous? That's comedy in its own.
And
I don't even care about myself this much.
And Shuli's got Carl on right now, so they're like doing what they're like. Oh my God, look what he said! Oh my God, this is
Snooze fest! This is a snooze fest!
Oh my God, this is so they're gonna go over this for like 4 months, which is fine. And if you want to watch the entire episode, go sign up to my Patreon. Everybody, go ahead.
Snooze fest, yeah, Shuli, you should know what a snooze fest is. I've watched some of your shit. Oh my God, I don't know where Shuli gets all this smugness from. What has he done in show business? Give me one TV credit. One.
I just know the Stern thing.
Yeah. And by the way, somebody called Carl out and said, because when Carl mentioned the Brett Hatley or the impressions, that wasn't Shuli's bit. I came up with bits. Now, let's get to Pocky. Let's get to the
He's probably watching too.
Good. Let's get to the domestic abuser, the man with the lost gun. And here we go. I did Cumia's show before I knew what a pedophile, what a racist he was. I had no idea of any of this. So you can call me a hypocrite all you want, but I had no idea what a scumbag Anthony Cumia was. So I had a great time. I played cards with Anthony in his basement. Everything. He even had me do 2 shows in one night. I did his show out in his pool. Then we went inside and watched Columbo and did a whole nother episode. Cumia knows this is true. And by the way, the guy who I really love, Keith Maresca, Anthony's producer, and Garrett and Ben Ratner, they would tell me, John, you get the best feedback after you and Anthony are together. And all I could do is believe them. I'm not going to believe Anthony because he's a fucking liar, but I believe them. And they always said that, people seem to like me on Cumia's show. Then what happens? Cumia gets Artie. Artie's on heroin. Artie starts trashing me. Cumia gets it, takes the bait, and then Cumia makes it all about trashing me now.
Yeah, he did the same thing to me.
What?
He did the same thing about me. He's two-faced.
Before that, we thought that, I thought that we were cool. I love Michael DiLorenzo. I had a great time with Michael. So, yeah. Thank you, Carlos Danger.
Yeah.
You know what Carlos Danger means, Chad?
What?
Carlos Danger is what Anthony Weiner called himself when he was hitting on, those girls, where he would show, like, pictures of his hard penis. He would call himself Carlos Danger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wrote a bit about that on The Tonight Show. Yeah. I got tons of shit on the Tonight Show too.
So like I'm just flashing these on the screen because I don't want to interrupt it like Kevin's show because it's annoying. So people are reading it, and meanwhile you can just read it and listen to what John's saying.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm glad you're making money. I'm glad Kevin made money. You know, I don't really give a shit. I don't need money really, but I'm not gonna do this shit without getting paid. It's just not. You know, it's so funny. Some guy offers me $250 to do a show. I go, nah, I don't do it. I go, no, it's got to be, you know, 1,000, whatever I said. He goes, you're not worth it. I go, well, why you keep asking me?
Yeah.
Fucking don't ask me that. Anyway, I digress.
Mm-hmm.
So then Cumia then starts to trash me. And I'm like, why? I never did anything bad to you, Anthony. And then this is where it goes awry. A-W-R-Y, Bob. Anyway, so he starts trashing my child, Lily, and starts comparing her, saying that she's Baba Booey's kid. And Carl, and by the way, when I said Carla the other day, Carl used to come into my chat room as Carla and super chat me, you idiots. Ask him. He calls himself Carla, not me. He did. Ask him. Listen to me. You know what I mean? School.
Clip it.
Okay. Oh, Bob Levy, thanks for the Norwegian krona. That's what that is.
Oh.
So that $50 is worth about $12.50.
Oh,
Tell
great.
John how you and Florentine used to talk shit about him. Tell him. Go ahead. Tell him I dare you. That's dare, not dear, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
I got it. What? I'm off from school. Do I got to start teaching people now?
Yeah.
Fuck, you didn't even know what Carl's Danger meant. No, untrue, to dickhead, backstabbing, fucking douchebag, iron. Oh, $10. Oh, yeah, 10 pounds. Dude, that's shit money, you fucking cheap fuck.
Yeah, it's Ireland shit money, Husey.
Yeah,
You
fuck
piece of
you,
shit.
Husey, you
Go
fucking
fuck
cunt.
yourself, Husey.
Yeah, okay.
See, you already addressed this on Kevin's show.
Don't worry. That can't be the real fucking Benny Logo. She knows the truth about, you know, about Nikki B. So fuck off. Ask Mark P. You know, I never took a dime. Not only did I pay I already covered this. Not only did I give the money to Nikki, I also got her a mini iPad for her husband, and my mother donated $100. Okay, anyway. I have to man up and face Shirley. I'll face Shirley anytime. I'll tell you what. I'll fly to where he lives. I'll tell you what. I'll fly to where he lives. I'll wait in front of his house holding up a fucking,
A boombox like John Cusack.
Yes, just like John Cusack with warriors. Come out and play. Come out and play. And then I'll fucking then I'll talk to him. I have a very intimate conversation with the douche payer. Now,
I'm sorry for flashing these, but go back to Cumia. You're getting on that.
yes, no, I know. You know, I get distracted easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit subscribe, everybody. Hit like.
Yes, I love seeing money.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun.
So even if it's $2, you know, that's almost a pint. Okay. Now, here we go. Oh, MC1, thanks for $5. I know how you feel, SJ. Bob made fun of my son. Let's rep the CUCKS too. I don't know. I don't know if he's goofing on me. I don't even care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
I don't care about, let me get to the point.
All right, let me just not flash these right now.
All right, yeah, because you're distracting me. So then Cumia, you can get to him a little later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Cumia, and then when I'll answer every question. So then Cumia starts trashing a minor. She was 16 at the time. A minor. And starts posting pictures of both of them, which gaslights. And then all of his stupid fans start trashing him. And they all start tweeting. My ex gets word because my kids start seeing it. They get upset. Now, could you imagine a grown man like Cumia attacking innocent children who have no desire to be in show business? That's only me, all right? I was in show business, and I said what? Because I'm humble. And I'm being honest, I'm not really in it anymore.
They must have turned him down or something.
But Cumia decides it's okay to trash him. Oh, Opie Opie said send him a link because he'll come on. Okay. So I love Opie. I do.
No, Opie's
Opie's
great.
the winner out of those two. Hands down. Hands down. But Chad, aren't you loving this?
This is fun. This is great.
All right. So then, it's not even funny though, because then Cumia's a trash kid. My ex-wife called for me. John, can you talk to our attorney in Manhattan? His name is Lenny. He worked for the assistant DA. You know, he's a very dear friend of mine. He's a shark as an attorney. And, you know, and get Anthony to stop goofing on our kids. Now, could you imagine? I have to now call an attorney to get Anthony to stop goofing on innocent children. I mean, now, Chad, I ask you, what kind of grown man thinks it's okay to goof on someone's children? And let me tell you, that's a grown man who doesn't have children. That's a grown man who doesn't know that it's wrong to goof on little kids. The only thing Anthony knows what to do with little kids is to hit on them and buy them gifts on Instagram. That's what Anthony knows to do with little kids. But he doesn't know how to raise a child. No. He just knows how to trash somebody else's kids. Innocent. You fucking scumbag, Anthony. Mark my words. Really. You look at me now, you pock-faced fucking douchebag. You look at me right now.
Look at me.
Now, I know what Club Soda Kenny did to you, and I'm glad he did. He removed your pock-faced fucking ass out of the Comedy Cellar because you fucked with Bill Burr, who's a legend. And then, and Club Soda, who I love, removed your pock-faced ass from the cellar because you're a fucking cuck. And let me tell you, dude, I'm just going to tell you, if I see you at the Comedy Cellar, okay? I know where you hide your gun. Yeah, I do. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to beat you over the head like Henry Hill did it on Goodfellas. Karen! You fucking pock-faced pussy. You're such a douche. You hear me, Cumia?
Do you like his network? It's pretty good.
Fuck his network. Let me tell you something. Opie is not only a good guy, Opie has children. Opie would never goof on someone's children because he's got integrity and he knows what innocent children mean. They're innocent. Opie has a house on the Hamptons on the beach. Opie has got a condo on the upper west side. You invested your money in a shit fucking network with no fucking money. No dinero. No dinero. Stone.
You gotta cut wrestling promos, man. Well, he's moving to South Carolina, right? So
Oh yeah, when? That house is getting smaller and smaller. So anyway, so there's the story of Cumia. He's a coward. His network is failing. Oh, and by the way, Anthony, I have made up with Chrissy Mayer. Do you know that too?
You did?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Me and Frank Pellegrino talk all the time.
No.
Yes. I actually like Frank Pellegrino.
Wow.
I congratulated Frank and Chrissy on their wedding.
Breaking news. I didn't know that.
Listen, Chrissy really didn't, the only thing Chrissy did that was wrong to me. I overreacted with the dabble thing. I admit it. Whatever their names are, fucking, what was it? Chad and Mersh or whatever those guys are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Revenge of the, I don't even know. They were right. I had like an idiot. I admit it. I can admit when I make a mistake. That's why pencils have erasers, and only narcissists do not admit when they were wrong. I was wrong. She said, "Do you dabble in comedy?" And I see, the only thing that I'll tell you, Chad, because she edited this part out, was before that she did like a 10-minute diatribe on how COVID is not real, and it's just like the common cold, and she was like doing all of CUMIA'S right-wing talking points.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just getting like, and then she threw the dabble thing at me. But then she edited all that part out and just went straight to the dabble thing, so it makes me look bad, right? But that's fine. So this is the honest truth. It was a Thursday night. It was opening night of the NFL. I forgot that I was supposed to do a show. I'm 7 beers in on my balcony, having a beer on the balcony, and I go, holy shit, because Chrissy's texting me. I'm like, fuck, I'm supposed to do Chrissy's show. So I go up into my office, can't find a fucking light. And I just fucking start doing the show. Then the internet doesn't work, so now I'm only on audio. Then she says that. I overreact. Yes. And it becomes a Dabbleverse, which I'm fine with. It was my overreaction. It was stupid. I shouldn't have overreacted. But right now, someone impersonated me, emailed Frank, thought I was coming on the show. I said, no, Frank, that's not me. That's somebody trying to impersonate me.
Yeah, they go way out of their way. It's crazy.
Yeah, they really do. They like try and copy my exact email, but with something off. And people fall for it. This is not the first time. So that being said, Cumia, I have no problem with Chrissy. Gino's a fucking douchebag. He's not funny. He never was. He's a fucking loser. Look at that guy. Now that guy is, I guess Anthony wants to have Gino on the network so Anthony looks good. Because that guy is an ugly, show that face again. I got to see that again. Look at that abomination. Oh my Lord. No wonder why he wears a bandana to cut that retreating hairline. Oh, look at that. He almost looks like Cumia without the zits. Holy crap. That is one ugly fuck. And I'm an ugly fuck, but you make me look like Brad Pitt.
Hey, John, let's read a couple of these because people have been, and this has been great. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's loving it.
Hold on. Let's get a beer.
All right. Yeah. Jeff Closer, great contributor. Thank you, LR, from my cold hands. Natty Ann, $4.99. John is killing it. Welcome back, King. Please come back for the summer. Stevenson, $2. John's pro wrestling promos are great. James O'Sullivan says, Chad and Stuttering John are surprisingly a good tag team. Oh my God. As I'm typing this, Stuttering John just did the tongue thing. This is great. You guys need to do a show together permanently. The internet's choppy.
See, Chad, here's the thing. Shirley doesn't know how to do this. Shirley's not fucking interesting. When Shirley does a show, hey, I'm going to be Shirley now. Now, you asked me a question about my career, anything, just like about stand-up or anything. He watched. This is how Shirley answers on the show. Get it.
Just ask a question?
Just ask me a question like I'm Shirley. You don't know him, but you're interviewing him about comedy. Yeah.
Hey, Shirley, how did you get on the Howard Stern show?
Oh, it took a lot of hustling. I got to say, I've always been a very, very, very big hustler, and I paid my dues, and, I was in the little clubs, but, I hustled and I hustled. Nobody could believe I can get on the show. But, I was such a hustler, and I'm so good at what I did that the Stern Show realized how super talented I was. And, and I hustled though. I got my hands dirty, that's how, even that is too charismatic for Shuli. But all he does is brag like he's fucking Steve Martin. But he's Shuli Yeager.
This is a good question from Mule. John, do you know who Ray DeVito is? Please say no. Also, hi, Kiwi's laundering money.
I have no idea who Ray DeVito is, who
Nobody
E-Rock
does.
is, who Bohr is. I have no idea who any of these people are. You got to understand, man. I don't have time to give a frog's fat ass about all of this minutia. I'll watch Brennan because he's funny, and I'll watch you because you're funny. I don't watch Shuli because he's a douche. He's smug. He's not funny.
You think he's arrogant?
You did a show with him. I want you to be honest, Chad.
I mean,
you did a show with him. It's like Vince, the crooked lawyer. Well, John, I saw you stand up and no, Vince, you got to see me live. See me live. Some guy tapes me from the side of the stage at a fucking barbecue joint. I don't want to be there. I drove 2.5 hours. I'm half in a bag. And the guy edits out my punchlines, edits out premises, posts it, and everyone fucking thinks, oh, I have an hour and a half. An hour and a half. Oh, an hour without the stuttering.
Carlos Danger, $5. John, your reaction to the Dabble court decision banning B. Dabbler from the Dabbleverse, only to see the return of Cardiff's gentleman lover, Tukey. It's just all the nerd puppet shit.
Cardiff Electric is a two-faced prick because he, unblock Cardiff. So I unblock him. Then he starts, hey, I get you dirt on Shuli. I go, sure, go ahead. Then
he
goes
does that too. He does that. He's like, I could get some, dude. I could get some stuff on Kevin to take him down. I go, this guy's just playing both sides.
Get a load of this. I have Cardiff's real picture of his face.
So do I, and his name, and everything where he works. Everything.
Oh, okay, good. Because the guy, and I gave him my word that I wouldn't post it, and I wouldn't, because that's the other thing.
I did.
Shuli, Bob, I'm a man of my word. I won't fuck anyone over. Vince, the crooked lawyer, knows that. I am a man of my word. Chad, did you have one concern? You Venmo'd me a lot of money. Did you at any moment think that I wouldn't show up?
No. The fact that you went to Kevin's show that was a hot seat. I mean, everyone was watching, everyone, including me. And, you sat there, you rolled with it. You were self-deprecating. You're having fun. People loved it. And I was just like, okay. And I reached out to you and you're like, yeah, let's do it. And we came up with a.
No, but not only that, here's my integrity. When you asked me to do your show the same day, right after Kevin's, what did I say to you?
You sent me an email. You're like, what you said, you don't want to do this or something, or something along the lines of that.
You guys have no memory. I said, let me check with Kevin first.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Yeah.
Okay. Then,
because I just wanted to steal you from Kevin to be an asshole. That's all I wanted.
Know that. So then I called Kevin.
I wasn't trying to be a good guy.
Then I called Kevin and he told me, don't do it. Do it any other day. And I go, no problem. And then I emailed you back and I said, I can't do it this day, but I'll do it another day. But I promise I won't trash you. Did I trash you?
No.
Exactly.
No.
Now today, I text Kevin. Hey, Kevin, just giving you a heads up. I'm doing Chad's show, but I won't trash you. Have I trashed Kevin?
No.
Yeah, that's because I'm a man of my word. Okay? My word is my bond. You get that, dues payer? That's called a man with integrity. That's called a man who had a very long entertainment career. Who no matter what, I am always going to obligate my contract. My word is my bond. I would never fuck anyone over and take the money and run. I can never sleep at night. Oh, here's another one, Chad. Ding, the dues payer. This is his new MO. Or his new thing he says. Oh, John's a pathological liar. Really? Dude, my OCD doesn't allow me to lie. The only time I lie is when I have to protect my students. Like when I say, I have a writing gig. You think I want you guys to dox my students? Which you ended up doing?
No, I get it. I was talking to a girl who's a teacher, and she tagged us on Facebook, and I found it was up there for like a couple hours. I took down the tag. I go, don't do that. And sure enough, they contacted her school. They take it too far, and I totally understand what you're saying. Let me read a couple of these. This guy says, please read out loud. Hi, Chad. Hi, John. Are you hiring an opening act? Asking for a friend, and it's a photo of Shuli. People are jealous of your talent. This guy right here, he's hilarious. John, why are you dodging Shuli?
Is that a duck? No.
Why are you dodging Shuli? Is it because you two are on a tough guy?
Let me ask you something, Chad. You saw my interview with Shuli. Does it ever look like I'm dodging Shuli?
No, it's silly. It's
But
like
this is how they change the narrative. They're like Trump. Sorry, Trumpers, but he changes the narrative. Like he'll just even if it didn't happen, he says it happened. I would not back down from a fight from anybody ever. Now let me ask you something, Chad.
Yeah.
Did I back down from Cabby?
No, not at all.
I beat him.
Yeah.
Did I back down from AJ Benza?
No.
I came after him.
Hello.
Sorry, that's Earl Skakel.
Like in a China shop to where AJ emailed me an apology and said, John, the way you came at me, I would have got my ass kicked. I didn't know that you were like that. Of course I am. Like the great fucking Army Major Richard Ojeda has said, when you grow up as a stutterer, you get bullied. And you learn very quickly how to fight. And I know how to fight. I'm not saying I'm a great boxer, but I know that I'll fucking bite your ear off, which is good because on June 28th, 15 years ago, Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield.
Oh yeah, Buster. Yeah. Oh, Evander Holyfield. Yeah, I was thinking
yes.
Buster.
And you know why I know that?
No.
It was my wedding night.
Oh.
So
that's kind of like my mom's birthday is on Hitler's birthday. It's like.
And let me ask you something. If I was a pussy, you know what I asked Mike Tyson at a press conference?
What?
How does ear taste? Now, so you're gonna think I'm afraid of some 5 foot fucking 3 foot fidget? Really? I'm gonna be afraid of the deuce payer? You gotta be didn't I set a challenge here? The deuce payer, bomb, Silent Mike. And anytime I won't even need to train. I quit smoking, but I'll go in there with a cigarette in my mouth. I'll tell you what, when I fight Silent Mike, when I box him, tie my left hand behind my back. I'll even throw that in dude, Silent Mike. I saw Silent Mike and the deuce payer sitting there on a show, and Silent Mike now is talking because everybody's fucking goofing on him. And Silent Mike is now a tough guy. And he's going, oh, yeah, John, yeah, you afraid of... Dude, you're built like a fucking bowling pin. Yeah, Bob said that first. So, I'll give credit. But you got that large white ass. I was on a date with a girl, same thing. You're all slim on top, and then suddenly, whoa! So, dude, I would never be afraid of you. Never. I would never be afraid of you, deuce payer. Ever. I never be... Bomb. 20 seconds in, you'd be wheezing.
All right, this guy Nice says, John, you said you drove 2.5 hours for a show where you were half in the bag. You really need to get some help.
Okay.
Okay. What's that all about? I'm sorry. I'm just throwing them up.
It's okay.
I'll let you handle it.
It was in this place. It's in California. I forget that. It's about 2.5 hours away from me. I wasn't drinking on the way there, you dumb fuck. Nor did I drive. I had my friend take me. Then when we were waiting to go on, when they have 10 comics before me, I'm drinking.
That's the worst when you're waiting to go up. That's the worst. You just wait. You sit there. I get it.
And wait.
Brutal.
Idiots. School.
See, he's having a good time. John, what you did to me was wrong, and you owe me an apology. What's this all about? You gave me your word.
I don't know what
your
promise. Talking about. I don't know. She is a wacko, so who cares? I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, Benny. I don't owe you shit, and I never said anything bad about you. So what am I going to apologize for?
John and Chad should have their own show. I mean, this is
great.
Benny
Loca, I fucking, after I decide to leave, this is what she says. You owe everybody an apology because you left. Why? I'm not allowed to make my own decisions. I'm not allowed to start teaching school because I like it. I have to somehow, I owe you something because I decided not to podcast. Look, I get you're a super fan, but I don't owe you an apology because I left Benny. But I'll tell you what. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make it up to you. Okay, I'm very sorry I left the internet without a warning. I'm very sorry, Benny. I'm very sorry. Tell Andrea. I'm very sorry that I decided to move on with podcasting because I was done with the minutia. Nikki got doxxed. I got doxxed. Nikki, they tried to fire her, and they tried to fire me from LAUSD. So I walked away gracefully. So if you think I owe you an apology, there you have it, okay? Now you go back to your smoking weed and doing your show for the 100 viewers you get and leave me the fuck out of your life. Thank you.
By the way, if this is Kevin Brennan, I just sent you the link. I really did. If you want to come on.
I would love Kevin to come on.
I would too. I think it'd be hilarious. I don't know. I don't think that's a fake Kevin, but you never know. When are you available to come on?
I love Kevin Brennan. Kevin Brennan is talented. I think I'm even copying Kevin Brennan right now.
He sells tickets.
You hack!
What is
He
John
makes
gonna?
me laugh. It's like, you know, it's so funny. I hung out with Dice because oh, yeah, that's right, Julie. See, I headline the Laugh Factories, you know, like real comedy clubs. Yeah, Bob, I headlined the Reno Laugh Factory. So when you get out of the plane and you're walking in the airport and they have that video screen when you're walking through it down, getting to your fucking gate to get the baggage claim, transportation, there on a video screen. Stuttering John, live in Reno. Yeah, that's a real comedy club. Well, when I'm headlining in Vegas, here I am. And I'm hanging out with Dice Clay. Well, when I'm headlining in Vegas, Kevin, my man. Kevin, sorry if I'm copying your hack.
Yeah, why you keep stealing my act?
I'm sorry. I'm just explaining. When I hang out with Dice, I leave talking like Dice. It just happens.
Wait, let me get I gotta get my headphones. Can you guys hear
Kevin,
me?
have Chad be your co-host. Get rid of Bob. You and Chad.
I had to jump on because Shuli's a piece of shit, and I had to second that and third that. Shuli's absolute garbage. No one's afraid of Shuli. End of story. Like nobody's afraid of Shuli Edgar or Silent Mike.
You like that?
Silent Mike.
Kevin, you like that?
Holy Mike. He never talks. He's pathetic. I'm winging it. I'm winging it.
Kevin, I did that already.
I'm stealing
I did that already.
John.
You're copying me.
I'm stealing you, John. I'm yelling at my phone like you do.
I love you, Kevin.
Hi, Shuli's lawyers. Hi, Shuli's, you fucking hack. You're going to take everybody down. I'm Shuli Edgar. I'm 5'4" and I wear glasses. No one's afraid of you, Shuli. Nobody. You're afraid of producer Joe because he gets a gun and he goes next door to his elderly neighbor. He scares them. Hi, Joe's lawyers. You fucking hacks. Then open a link. I'm going to yell at him, too.
All right, let's see if Opie
I
wants
love
to come.
Opie. You don't like Opie?
I love Opie.
So do I.
From Opie and Anthony, I love him.
Do you like Anthony?
Anthony's funny. I told him to watch you. I just sent him a text, told him to watch you when you got to him. At the 5 o'clock hour. You better make sure Chad pays you for this hour before the hour's up.
He will.
I don't know. I've talked to a lot of ex-hookers he's dealt with, and a lot of times he don't pay after he comes.
And guess what?
How are you married? How are you dealing with ex-hookers?
Kevin,
Chad is that.
I'll even pay you, Kevin. That's how up on the up I am here. I'll make sure of it. A lot of people are watching. So we're gonna make sure.
I was getting Chad. I was killing you numbers wise.
Oh yeah, well, Shuli started at 3:30. Dude, you're like over 11,000. You've been doing this for longer than I have.
11 longer.
Yeah,
I just started at 4 o'clock.
No, I'm talking years wise.
Oh, right. Because also, John, how has Shuli never been booked on a as a comic on TV? He was on Howard Stern show for 15 years. Never got booked to do stand up anywhere as a comic.
I'm glad I brought you two together. This is
no Conan, no nothing. Like, how is that possible? Everybody on the Stern show, you got a job at the Tonight Show. Artie, that fucking fat junkie, was on TV all the time. Why am I yelling like John?
I am yelling like you.
Nobody knows who Shuli is. I don't even think Shuli has a Wikipedia. How is that possible, Shuli?
I love it.
Let's get caught up on the super chats, Chad.
Okay, some people are asking about this. John, you quit in 2022. Do you owe your Patreon members?
Look, I never intended to leave this long. So if I owe anybody a refund for that 1 month, I will. But I just put it on pause. But I'll never fuck anybody. So if I owe anybody a dime, I will pay it.
Wait, you still have a Patreon?
No, I put it on pause. So those people aren't being charged. So I don't know how they're being charged. I don't know how. They can't be being charged. It's impossible.
Okay, I just wanted to put that up there.
No, I don't care. I'm an open book. Right,
He's
Cam?
an open book. Every time you were yelling, I started yelling at you. I'm steam striping. I love this steam striping. You sit back, you watch another show, and you fucking do nothing. Chad's got it made. And Chad, congratulations on making your rent for July. I saw you sniping Ray DeVito last night, literally collecting dollars at a time.
Kevin.
Fucking Jesus, get it together. You're snipe streaming Ray fucking DeVito because he was on Jim and Sam or something at the 10 o'clock hour. I won't even go on at the 10 o'clock hour. Kevin, like, this is my big break.
Kevin, can you and
Chad snipe streaming?
Kevin, can you and Chad just make up now? Sing Kumbaya.
Fuck that! I don't make up. I make content. Clip it back, you fucking cunt. Somebody better pay me for this.
I got you.
All right, John, I'll see you later. John, come on my show, do a post show tomorrow or whenever you're in town. And I will buy, I said this on my show, I will buy you a ticket to fly to Shuli's house to kick his fucking dirty ass. I'm not even kidding. I will send you the money. I already paid you $3,000 and I'll pay you more or however you want to get there. You want to take Amtrak? I don't give a fuck. I will pay for you to fly to Shuli's house to kick his fucking little pathetic ass.
Anytime, dues payer. Any fucking time.
We're going to make this happen.
Anytime.
I can't wait.
Kevin, I forgot to do this on your show. I challenged him to a boxing match. Silent Mike, dues payer, and Bomb. Anytime.
I don't think you want to fuck with Bomb, but seriously.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No, he's got big hands. He's had him on me before.
Dude, he can't last more than 20 seconds. He smokes 10 packs a day.
He's got the lungs of a 10-year-old. That's what his doctor said. No, but seriously, I want you to kick Shuli's ass, so I will pay that, and we're going to make it happen. All right, God bless. I'll talk to you soon.
I'll see you, Kev. Love you, pal.
Jesus. That's why you turn into the podcast wars of 2023. You don't know what's going to happen, who's going to show up. Oh, there's Kevin. Hey.
Kevin.
Let me get him out of here.
Kevin is a riot. Chad, you got to admit he's a funny guy.
I mean, of course.
You have to be laughing like Ray Liotta in the Goodfellas. Like,
yeah.
He's just funny.
No, he's great. He's fucking great.
How do I amuse you?
This is the Mount Rushmore of bad podcasts.
School.
Oh, JS says $4.99. I will pay $1,000 a month to watch you three do a daily podcast. This is great, man. I can't believe Kevin shut down a show. That's fucking crazy. I thought he was snipe streaming us too.
See, this is what's so funny to me, But see, as opposed to the dues payer, I don't sit and brag about who gives a fuck. Look, Chad, I'm gonna tell you this.
Sure.
Am I a good comic? Yeah. Am I a great comic? Probably not. But I'm a good comic. I headline. I get laughs. They bring me back. Side Splitters brings me back. Boca Black Box brings me back. All the improvs bring me back.
Yeah, you, me, and Kevin should do a show. I think it'd be fucking huge. That'd
Well,
be great.
I already said, talk to Florentine. Me, you, and Florentine just go on the road together, and we'll have Chris Braun open for like BDMC.
Yeah, shout out Chris.
I'll go first. I don't care. It don't matter to me.
Shout out to Chris Braun. I know he's watching. So
yeah, but I'll go first. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't have an ego that way, like the dues pay you. I don't really give a shit. Like I told you on the phone, Chad. Anytime that I'm doing this, like if I'm headlining a show, right, and I got like a new comic comes, like, and he's in the audience or whatever, and he comes backstage, or the manager goes, "Hey, you can put this guy up," like it would make his day. Any fucking time. Do you know who I did that for in fucking Pittsburgh? Do you know
Billy Gardell? Billy Gardell.
He asked me to do 10 minutes. Guess who it was?
Who?
And I said yes. I don't care.
Steve Byrne.
Ralphie May.
Oh shit.
Because I don't give a shit. If I can help somebody, I don't need to do 45. I don't care. I'll do 30 minutes. But you can put up. I go, of course, Ralphie, get on a stage. And it wasn't like he needed, he just wanted to work some, because he was going on the road, whatever. He just wanted to try some new shit out. I don't know. And R.I.P. fucking Ralphie. He was a good guy.
Ralphie's the one few comics I never got to meet. I heard
no, he's a good guy.
Everyone said great things.
Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll go on first. You guys go on. I don't care. Yeah. I'm doing Brendan again. You got to stop. Anytime I hang out with someone for too long, it just happens.
I mean, you could say what you want. Anybody, Carl, Steele. This was epic fucking radio today, all the way around.
It's not radio.
It's radio. I'm telling you. I've seen a bunch of people scared of me, especially the Pink Chicks. Some of these guys, I don't know what you're talking. Oh, he's talking about Shuley.
But seriously, I did a weekend with Dice, and I swear, Chad, I left and I was going, "Hey, how you doing?" Like all Dice is doing. By the way, his name is Andrew Silverstein.
Yeah,
he's one of the funniest comics in the world. But all he's doing is an impression of all the people I grew up with. So all my friends talk like Dice. So it's not like it's far-fetched for me to have that New York accent and do that, because that's how everybody talks. When you go back there, you talk like this. This is how it works. Capiche?
Yeah.
Capiche? That's how it works. But, and it happened with Kevin. I hang out with Kevin and hack! And then you start doing that. You know what I mean? It just happens.
Well, there are a couple.
I don't mean to rip off your act, Brennan, so I give you credit for all that. Although Levy always goes, "Listen to me."
Listen to me.
But I got that from you. And although Zumock, in my defense, I don't remember the listen to me part, but I remember the you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he says that after everything. Like, I picked up some beer today, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you mean, Bob. I don't know what you mean that you picked up some beer. What the fuck do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
I did want to ask you this because I didn't want to forget. What was the story? Maybe you talked about it on Kevin's show that they implied that you sent a hitman to Shuley in New York.
Hold on.
All right. I'll read some stuff. Bobby's Fly Baby, $2. Kevin hates you. Read my super chats. All of them. There's so many today that I didn't want to. Don't take any crap from KB. Dave Daffler, shout out. Hit subscribe. Hit like, guys. This will be up on Patreon afterwards if you missed the show, and memberships. Get yourself a membership. What are you waiting for, everybody? Funny MLC still has way more viewers today. Is he on MLC right now, or did he leave MLC?
Who knows? Who cares? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit. I'm having a good time.
This was epic radio, man. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It's not radio!
Or whatever you want to call it. If you're over on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. So what else do we want to get out there?
No. You asked me about Hitman there.
Yeah.
All right. I don't care. His name is Danny, obviously. He has been my friend since we were 10 years old. When we were 7, me and him and his brother, we were at war, we called it. We used to call it the war because we were all fighting each other all the time.
Right.
But then in 5th grade, me and his brother Pat became good friends. Then me and Danny did. Cut to Danny got wind that Shuli was goofing on Danny. Danny got wind that Carl was goofing on Danny. Danny said to me, John, I'm going to drive out to Rochester and I'm going to fucking take care of this prick. I said, Danny, do not do that. First of all, nobody wants to go to the armpit of the world known as Rochester. And second of all, I don't want you to get in any trouble.
Yeah, Rochester is a shithole. I used to do the comedy club out there. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, Stuttering Depot, the War of the Massapequa Sump. That's what, yeah. But anyway, that's where it started, right in that sump. Me and my friend Mitchell England were on a swing set. Pat, Danny, and his kid Gary, and his kid Steven came and asked us to get in the sump because we were going to a different school and they wanted to beat the fuck out of us. That's how that all started. Anyway, but they pushed Mitchell into the sump. I was so fast, I ran. I got my fucking sister.
Right.
And then she fucking chased them all. Her and her friends chased them all out of there. Anyway. So Danny then so he goes, I'm going to go down. I see this fucking Shuli is performing because Danny lives right by that McGuire's.
Right. I performed there.
I'm going to go down there and fucking, and spend, the dues payer a visit. And I go, Danny, don't. Because I know you. And you'll end up in jail. Don't. Then we hang up. Turns out, Danny calls me after. I went down there and fucking told Chili, better shut the fuck up about you and me. I go, you didn't get any fights, did you? He goes, no. I go, good. Because, and that was it. Now, of course, the dues payer lies. Oh, John knew the whole time. No, you dumb fuck.
Mm.
When does that? He calls me a pathological liar. When is he ever going to tell the truth? Now, you haven't answered my question.
What's that?
Yours. You did a show with the dues payer.
Yeah.
And you told me he sold 27 tickets. Now, I did side splitters for a weekend. I think I sold out 3 out of 4 shows. Richie Wilson was there, and I told you this, and not to toot my own horn, he said that he heard women, and he'll attest to this, women in the audience going, I'm laughing so hard, my sides are splitting. So there you go. My sides are hurting. That was the actual word. She didn't say
side splitters.
Yeah, but no, she said my sides are fucking hurting. And that's not just her. It was a couple. Now, you did a show with the dues payer. Tell me your opinion. Now, he's been doing it for 30 years. He's the best comic. He knows all about comedy. How did he do?
I mean,
be honest.
It wasn't great by any means, but Joe, they're watching right now. Joe, the producer, said I was hilarious, and he was like really like adamant about it. And Shuli said I was hilarious. I mean, he didn't.
So Shuli's producer told you were funnier than the dues payer, correct?
He didn't say I was funnier than the dues payer, but he said
it was
great. No. I said that
because I said anyone's funnier than Shuli. Come on.
And I said I was doing 25 minutes, so I'm doing my best 25, and Shuli has to do 50. But it was a rough crowd, but I did all right. But it's just like whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't hate Shuli, but I don't really care.
You tell me what you told me on the phone. Don't be a wuss.
I'm not.
How was his stand-up?
Very average.
Thank you. That's what you told me on the phone.
I did.
I don't want you to backpedal. I want you to be honest.
No, I'm not like Shuli. I'm not going to stab you in the back, but it was.
I just want you to be honest.
I went in there and I watched like 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, whatever, and I walked out.
No, I'll fight Shuli. You know what? I'd fight Shuli with my left arm tied behind my back. I swear I would. I really would. Because all I need is one fucking uppercut, and he'd be out. That's it. The one thing that when I was training, the Yankees. Thank you. I hope that's right. When I was training, thank you, Phil P. When I was training for the fight, my trainer, Derek Panzer, the super heavyweight kickboxing champion in the world, said to me in his office, he goes, John, by the time you're done with us, We will show you how to knock somebody out with a jab. And guess what, Chad? They did. So the dues payer has no idea. I did like 2.5, 3 months of extensive training, 8 days a week, meaning two of the days I had 2 different sessions. I ran 5 miles in the day and then sparred in the night. I'm telling you, I fear no one. And anybody who knows me knows I fear no one. I work out every other day. And didn't I ask you about the gyms?
Yeah.
About
you
what?
did.
So the dues payer has no idea what he is going up against. If he black lung bomb, if the dues payer black lung bomb and Silent Mike, they have no idea what they would face. No idea.
Right. So listen, you've been very generous with your time. This has been a lot of fun. I think people love this episode. I'm getting emails and texts. I'm like, Jesus, I can't believe how many people are watching this thing.
Is Jimmy watching?
Everyone's watching.
It's Florentine, I mean.
I know his brother's watching because he was the first guy to sign up for a membership.
What's his brother's name?
Dan Florentine.
Hey, Dan Florentine.
Yeah, he's a great guy. No,
and Jimmy, I love you, brother.
But in conclusion, with all
by the way, Jim Norton, I love you too. Let me tell you. Hold on. In conclusion, fuck off. I'll talk. No, sir.
No, I don't care. I'm having fun. You do whatever the fuck you want.
I just want to tell everybody. First of all, Jim Norton thanked me in his first book. There is not a nicer man in comedy.
He's great.
Than Jim Norton.
He's good.
And let me tell you how nice of a guy that Jim Norton is. Sorry, I don't want to show anybody. Show my house. I know there's people going to try and find out where I live. Now, yes, I took a shower, you dumb fuck. That's why I jumped in the shower before I did the show.
That's why he was late, actually.
Yeah, so fuck off, Regless. Okay. So I'm on the way to a Yankee game at Dodger Stadium, me and my account. Yeah, because when you have money, you have an account, you dumb fuck. Not you, Chad. I'm talking to fucking the dues payer.
Oh,
anytime I say dumb fuck, it's either call or the dues payer. Anyway.
Let me help out.
No, there he is. There he is. Look at the arrogance, even in the photo. Look at the chin up. Look at the nose up in the air. Look at the nose up in the air, Zumock. When you pose for a picture with your nose up in the air, you know what it means? It means you have your nose up in the air, that you're somehow better than everybody else. This 5'4" fucking probably is pissed off because he couldn't get on a roller coaster until he was 21 years old. But now, there we go. Yeah, I'm looking up, but my head is not up. You understand?
No, I said Shuley got clowned.
Yeah. I'm like going, whatever. But I'm not. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I'm doing Brendan. Sorry, Kevin.
That's all right.
Okay. Now, so we're really in a line to pay the fucking not the toll, to pay the parking ticket. And I get a call from Jim Norton. And I'm like, hey, Jim, what's up? He goes, hey, John, I just want to tell you, man, I had this guy Carl on my show, and I didn't know that all he was going to do was trash you, and I just want to let you know I had no idea. And I go, Jim, first, thank you so much for telling me that. And second.
With this Carl?
Yeah, bad teeth hamburger.
His teeth are great.
He's yellow, and he has that too, he's got the teeth of a bunny. He's like Bugs Bunny, he's got the 2 big teeth, and then he's got the side, bicuspids. Anyway.
Here's him hard at work when he had a day job.
Oh, boy. Oh, shit. Nah, I don't hate on him.
No, I'm just fucking. We're fucking.
But I'm just saying, Jim, I forgot where it was, but Jim, I mean, how cool of a guy is that? That calls you to apologize, say, hey, I didn't know this guy was just going to trash you. That's what a cool man who has integrity, and I will always say good things about Jim Norton. And Jim, if you're watching, I love you. And you are one of the not only one of the funniest comics, but one of the best people in this business. And there should be more like you. Thank you. Skola!
No, when I got in my little credit card situation years ago, he sent me an email like right afterwards going, "Hey, I'm just thinking about you. Hope you're okay." When everyone was piling on, and it was like, it was the nicest gesture. I was like, "Thank you. That was the nicest thing." It was just thoughtful. Like he was like, I'm here if you need something." So I love Norton. Always will. Got his back. He's a great guy. Great comic too. Great influential comic.
Stuttering Joe Depot. I would let Carl decorate my house.
Jesus Christ. So
That's pretty good.
So leaving on this, we had you for a while. Where do you stand with Carl? Where do you stand with Shuley? Where do you stand with Bob? Everybody.
Look, you got a $50 here now.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Zumock and Stuttering John, this is awesome. Great show.
Thank you, Anton Craig.
Anton Craig, thank you. Okay, where do I stand? Shuley's a fucking asshole. And I never had a problem with Shuley. Didn't really know him. I used to put him through as a caller. I think I met him once in Vegas. Never had a problem with him. He used to tell me shit on it, even though he'll deny it. He was one of my moles. He told me the whole story about his wife in the hallway with Stern.
Now, was he behind that videotape? The Stern?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just want to get.
I said he wasn't. No, that wasn't him. But he did tell me shit. He was one of my moles.
Sure, I could see that.
But I'll tell you, he is really a fucking asshole. Okay? He's a scumbag. I think anybody who knows him would say the same. Now, Bob, I don't hate. If he apologized for trashing my kid, I'd be okay. But I don't know if he ever will. So I'll always have a little bit, because I already apologized to his wife, and I don't even know if I ever did.
Yeah, and if his wife apologizes for saying shitty stuff about my deceased mother, I'll forgive her too. So I had to put my 2 cents in.
I like whenever I love that Kevin came on the show. It's all good.
That was fun.
Now, where else do I stand? Who else is it? Carl, I don't hate. But Carl's just got to get off that, I hate John bandwagon. It's getting old. He knows I was a big part of the Stern Show. And it's so long ago. Who gives a fuck? I mean, it's all getting so old, I mean, now, granted, they say, well, what did John do recently? Well, we all know about the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast. But I also hosted the Pro Arm Wrestling Football Championship in Vegas like 4 or 5 years ago. And mind you, that's when I pranked Trump. Oh, thank you, Chad, for not cutting me off yet. I know you got to go fucking,
No, I don't go anywhere. I'm just thinking about your time. I'm good.
No, I don't know. But I'll just say this. Where the fuck was I now? Who was I talking about?
Carl.
Yeah, I don't have I just wish he would get off that bandwagon. Oh, no, I was talking about, and then the Trump call. Shirley goes, yeah, there was no funny in the call. Now, Skull. Now, Chad. Yeah.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, no, I know. And by the way, don't say I'm drunk, because this is only my third beer.
No, you're doing your thing. I could give a shit if you are. I'm having fun. You're funny today. You're cracking me up.
That's a whole other thing. I'm a big alcoholic. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so now because something came on the screen. Tell me what I was just talking.
Carl.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So Shirley goes, oh, well, there's no funny in the phone call. Okay. Me and Royce are sitting around. Casey Armstrong's supposed to be our guest. Casey Armstrong cancels. So we're like, well, now what are we going to do? And we were talking politics, okay? And Royce goes, hey, let's call Trump. And like, all right. So we Google the White House phone number, and we get it. I swear to God. So on the podcast, dues payer, is the funny. I do the worst English impression since Lindsay Lohan in The Parent Trap. Yes, hello. This is Senator Bob Menendez's assistant, Sean Moore. And they go, who? I go, Sean as in Connery, Moore as in Roger. I'm a big Bond fan. As if I name myself, I name myself, But the point is, the whole funny is in the leading up to the call. And the call was just me proving, I don't care where you stand politically, anybody, how disorganized the Trump administration was. That's the funny, you dumb fuck. So the call was really, my whole intention was two things. Asking him about immigration reform and his Supreme Court justice picks, you bald loser. So I wasn't making gonna ask him stupid questions. I was gonna ask him legitimate questions. And guess what? CNN and all the networks, Reverend Al Sharpton, you know what they said? All the top reporters at CNN. I got to tell you, Mr. Melendez is asking the right questions. This guy, he's asking questions that people don't ask him. Yes, dues payer. See, that's the funny was in the setup, and then the call was the victory. Got it? I succeeded in my mission.
The fact that you got
payer. Got it, you little. I'm looking down at you, you little bald fuck. I'm looking down at you right now. Sorry, kid. You're not tall enough to get on the bumper cars. Sorry, little Shuli. You can't get on the bumper cars until you're 4 feet. I don't care if you're 17.
No, the fact that you got through is fucking crazy. That's insane.
That's the victory. But then you had the dues pay. By the way, I was on every news station everywhere in the world. Japan asked me to fucking play my show in Japan. Julie, people in Japan know who I am. People in Alabama don't know who you are. Your own state, they don't know who you are. Let me ask you something, Zumock.
Please do. Ask me whatever you want. Please do. Hit subscribe, hit like, guys. It'll be up on members only if you're just tuning in.
Thank you. Let me ask you a question.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do my best, Columbo. Let me just ask you one question.
And another thing.
Just one more thing. Let me just ask you one more question. If you go on the street and you ask 10 people, have you ever heard of Stuttering John? And you ask the same 10 people, have you ever heard of Julie Agar? Let me ask you, sir, do you think that anyone's gonna know Julie Agar?
I would say, and I think Shuli would comfortably say, more people would know you over him.
Thank you.
But I even think I'm speaking for Shuli too. Dick Fitzwell, $4.99. When Carl brought up the Shuli bit about Brent Hatley's wife, everybody had tuned out by Stern by then.
Of course. Shuli doesn't have one. There's not one badge of honor that Shuli has. Howard hired 10 people to replace me, and that's not that's not hyperbole. It's true. I mean, he hired everybody he could, and he knew that there was a void without me there. End of story. I'm not tooting my horn, but that just happens to be the truth. No one gave a fuck about you. You weren't you had no value to Howard. End of story. I know Howard. I hung out with Howard. I jogged with Howard. I worked out with Howard. I had dinner with Howard. I slept in Howard's house. I went to fucking movie screenings with Howard. You didn't. And there's no way. Howard, listen, they wrote articles upon article. What the hell just happened? I think I spit on my camera.
That's awesome. It's like a 3D movie.
It's like scratch and sniff.
Yeah.
I fucking, everyone wrote about me when I left. The AP Wire, Reuters, every newspaper. Surely. This is a reality. This is the call. This is the call to past preservation. This is the call to you, Shuli. Did anybody ever write about when you left? No. Nobody did. Because nobody cared. Howard could give a fuck. Nobody cared. So why don't you just take that and realize you're a nobody, you're a loser, you've done nothing in show business, and shut the fuck up about me, because I'm the last person you want to play with. I'm not one that will play. So just shut your bald pussy mouth about me. Tell Silent Mike to stay silent about me. Just tell him to stay silent about me. Okay? Because he is in no position. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I brought up Silent Mike. And you see, hey, Kevin stole my Silent Mike song. You see that?
Yeah, he had a whole parody going.
Yeah. Yeah, but I started it. Silent Mike. Now, Chad,
Yes.
I don't care. But, here's the thing. Do you know? And I told you on the phone, but just pretend you don't know. Do you know what Silent Mike's claim to fame was?
Yes.
Look,
Cracked magazine.
I said, don't say it. Pretend you don't know.
God damn it.
Jesus. You can't follow direction.
Donate.
Oh, by the way, dues payer. Speaking of directing, not only did I write a bunch of bits on the Tonight Show, but I directed Charlie Sheen, Adam Sandler, David Spade, Jack Black, Quentin Tarantino, Stuttering John Melendez directed Quentin Tarantino. And you think that you're in the same fucking universe as me? You bald, dumb fuck. I swear to God, Chad, I wrote a bit for Quentin and Jay, and I'm directing Quentin. It's cold open, which is like, before SNL, like live. From
Yeah.
So I'm directing Quentin. He goes a minute and a half. I go, cut. I go, Quentin, you got to stick to the script. You got to go 30, 40 seconds. That's all I got it, John. I walk out of the room, and I go, I can't believe Stuttering John is directing Quentin Tarantino. Dues payer, did you ever do that? Now, getting back to Silent Mike. His claim to fame was writing for Crack Magazine. Take a guess.
I blew it. Sorry.
Take a guess what his number one bit was.
I collected Cracked and Mad magazine growing up. I don't remember it. Fill me in.
His number one bit was Stuttering John questions. So it was a running page. A whole page I got of me asking questions to like Abraham Lincoln and things like that. Now, the premise is funny, but the funny questions that Silent Mike wrote that were coming out of my mouth were not funny. They were awful.
Right.
So, Silent Mike, you've been obsessed with Stuttering John for fucking 30 years. You bowling pin-shaped fuck. So next time, why not say thanks instead of trying to be a pretend tough guy? Because I don't like pretend tough guys. That's why I didn't like AJ Benza. I'm glad I am responsible. Everyone should fucking kiss my ass because I am responsible single-handedly for getting AJ fired and Artie to step in. Because guess what, you dumb fuck, Agar? I loved Artie in the chair. I loved him. I didn't like the fake tough guy known as AJ. I didn't like him. I thought he was a wannabe mobster, and he was ruining the show with that bullshit. And I'm glad I goofed on him and fucking made him flip out because he was fucking high on coke, and he came out and took a shot at me. I'm glad. So all you Artie lovers, you owe me!
John, I just got a $50 Venmo from Steve saying, Shuley came in last on the Win John's job contest. Bob came in second to last. What's that mean?
It means that they all tried to get my job. And the dues payer came in last. That's how much Howard didn't like him. if you can't beat fucking all these other guys and you come in last, and by the way, I came in first for the announcer job on the Tonight Show. Let's look at that juxtaposition. You come in last to replace me, but I come in first to be an announcer and staff writer on the Tonight Show on NBC. Deuce Pay, don't ever put yourself in the same category as me ever in your life. You are not ever allowed to compare yourself to my greatness. School!
I love it. I don't care. Everyone is entertained. Everyone loves it. It's fucking great. I mean, if you're a pro wrestling fan, these are the greatest pro wrestling promos I've ever seen.
Look at this idiot.
Yeah.
Dr. Eugenstein. The best period of the show was when I left and Richard and Sal and the gang showed up. Any Stern fan that would actually say that is fucking off their rocker. If you're going to think that the original cast of me, Howard, and obviously I'm not putting myself first. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Howard, Robin, Jackie, Fred, Gary, and me, and Scott. If anyone is going to say that fucking the second wave is like comparing the fucking Chevy Chase era of SNL to the Gilbert Gottfried era of SNL that nobody even knows about. So don't even compare the two. They're uncomparable. And I am so tight with Leno, David. When I was in the hospital for a staph infection, who do you think called me, Chad?
Leno.
Yes.
That was pretty easy. That was pretty easy because you kind of led with that.
You know, but he's so funny. He goes, John, what's going on? I hear you in the hospital. I don't know. Is everything all right? I go, yeah, I had a staph infection. He goes, John, you got to bathe every now and then. Jay is a great guy.
I never got to meet him, but I hear from people that know him say he's a fantastic person.
I opened for Jay. That's right, Igor. Yeah, I did. Did you ever open for Jay Leno? But, yeah, so, and Jay is the best boss, the most humble, loyal. The guy is the best, hands down. So, yes, Jay will always be there for his staff and always has been. And I don't even want to get into his charity work. I don't even want to get into the amount of people on the staff that he's helped. Put it this way, Chad. When Jay would fly to Vegas, and let's say that I want to go to Vegas, I'd fly in his private jet.
That's awesome.
I brought my brother and his sister-in-law on Jay's private jet, and we flew to Vegas. Now, I ask you, Zumock, has the dues payer ever had that?
I don't know.
Has the dues payer ever flown in Howard's private jet?
Full disclosure, I don't know Shuli very well. I'm assuming no.
No. Chad, just be quiet for a second. When I flew with Howard to Las Vegas, I flew in Howard's private jet. Now I ask you, when the dues payer flew with Howard, when they all flew to LA, do you think the dues payer flew in Howard's private jet?
I don't think so.
No. Do you think he flew first class?
I think he flew Spirit Air.
Yeah.
36C.
He flew coach. Now there is a juxtaposition. So, and don't let, I know you can't spell it, Bob. Bob thinks it starts with an H. But I'm just going to say this. Don't ever compare yourself to me. And I'm not tooting my own horn. But I'm just going to tell you, don't ever compare yourself to me. Because you'll never have the accomplishments that I have. And yeah, maybe I'm living my glory days, but at least I have glory days. I have tons of glory days. What have you had besides being the fucking guy that weighs high-pitched Eric's shit? What else have you done? You think if Howard asked me to weigh some fat fucking mentally handicapped guy's shit, I would say yes? Are you out of your fucking mind? but you did. So don't ever compare yourself, you bald, talentless, pathological lying fuck.
Yeah, Grithbrook says, great job, Chad. I love how Shuli seems more mad at you than he is at MLC, even though MLC said way far worse than you ever did. Hypocrite with selective outrage. Yeah, that's my thing with Shuli. He goes, why didn't you? All I said was, of course he got a lot of viewers and money because he was snipe watching Kevin's show with John. His show's based on John, so it makes sense. And he's just like, oh, we're going to snipe watch Chad. We'll start a half hour early with my network with over 13,000 subscribers. Go after Kevin, Shuli, not me. What did I say? Just because I said, yeah, of course it makes sense. More people are going to watch. You're dumb. That's like me going after Ray DeVito. Hypocrisy police, motherfucker.
Oh, and by the way, I love this guy.
He signed up for a membership today, D-Man69. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, this is great. D-Man69, this is the stream of all streams. Nothing has been funnier than this. Thank you. Chad, did I tell you that I deliver?
Dude, I've thoroughly entertained it. I'm getting messages from friends. They're like, holy shit, this is fucking great. I loved every minute of it. Look at there. I got the hashtag going.
Well, Chad, now, hold on. Take my last sip of my beer.
Yeah, we're up against it.
Everybody's been watching. Even the people that are watching the dues payer and Kevin, I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say don't hate on me because the dues payer does, because I'm a good guy. There's no reason to hate on me. All I did was be successful. That's it. I didn't do anything bad to anybody. I didn't start any of this. They did. Did I interview Shuli? Only because he was the only idiot sitting right next to the elevator. Those questions weren't directed at Shuli. I would have rather had Sal and Richard because somebody knows who they are. But I got stuck with you. But although Sal and Richard would have been way funnier. So all I'm going to say is Scola. Hey, Chad, thanks for having me. It's been my pleasure. Talk to Jim about doing a show together. And now I got to get an Uber because my motorcycle doesn't start. And I'm on the way to fucking
Pickwick Pub?
I'm going to go hit the pub.
All right, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Stuttering John. Follow him on Twitter. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. I'll text you or whatever.
Thanks, Chad. You get you, everybody.
All right. That was the great Stuttering John, everybody. How about that? Does the Z-Man deliver? Huh? Does he deliver? Do I not pull bait and switches? Did I not see that Shuli was going live against me? Did I not see that he had his producers turn on me? Did I not see all of that? Did I not see him going on a half hour beforehand? I saw it all. I saw it all. John was coming on. I knew yesterday John was coming on, but I didn't want to blow it. I didn't want to spoil it. I knew it would be fun. I knew it would be epic. Shout out to Kevin Brennan for jumping on. Who saw that one coming? Who saw that one coming? That was a great show, guys. And if you tuned in late and you missed it, this will be up members only and Patreon. Epic show. Dave Daffler says, I just got blocked for supporting you guys. Johnny or Mites, $5. Please quit digging at us with your dirty fingernails. My fingernails are clean as fuck. I clip my nails. You're probably talking about John or whatever. Hell of a show, guys. One for the ages, one for the books. Appreciate all the support today, all the supporters that came out. Galactic Wrestling Federation, Rowdy Roddy Mudshark. My apologies to, there are a few people that are pissed that Bret the Hitman Hart did not show up today. I had to do it. I was like honestly thinking, I'm like who could I say was coming on? At first I said, I'll say Doug Stanhope because I know Doug, but I also know Doug's really active on Twitter. So I was like, he'll respond. I'm not coming on. So I was like, wait, Bret the Hitman Hart. He never responds on Twitter. He's not active. So there's a lot of wrestling fans who are like, I want to talk about fucking Hart Foundation and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. It was a great prank. Shut up. Shut up. Everyone's lying. Everyone. What did we learn? What did we learn? That's how we end today's show. We learn. It was a celebration of the ages. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. Again, Shuli loses. We had more viewers. Of course you did. You had more people. What did we learn? Exactly, beloved chatter. We learned that I didn't get to a lot of super chats, but I tried to put them on screen. I think it slows down the show. We learned Ray DeVito still sucks and he makes up lies about me. Rover ran you out of Cleveland. Did he? Liar. We learned that Shuli at one point was a Steel Toe fan, and now that Steel Toe is a joke, he's no longer in the Steel Toe game. We learned I am the sniper, but not today. Shout out to Kevin Brennan for coming on today. Special guest. Who saw that one coming? All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This is going to be up on Patreon in a half hour. Remember